Chapter 4663. In the ancestral soaring dragon star, the most outstanding descendant of the primordial Zhao clan had actually died under the extreme path heavenly tribulation. This shocked all the cultivators in the human realm. The primordial Zhao clan was one of the oldest cultivation clans in the human realm. One of their ancestors had once become an extreme path sovereign, but this time, the primordial Zhao clan had suffered a great loss. At this time, in the eastern region of the ancestral soaring dragon star, a powerful energy fluctuation came from the Dongfang clan's ancestral land. A tribulation cloud began to condense in the sky above the Dongfang clan's ancestral land. Extreme path heavenly tribulation? Everyone was shocked. There was no doubt that it was the extreme path heavenly tribulation that the eastern sky tyrant king had summoned. In the depths of the starry sky, Ji Yufei's eldest disciple, Ji Yuzhong, was also undergoing his tribulation. He was already at the final stage. Like a terrifying heavenly beast, he directly dispersed the power of the tribulation that descended from the sky. Roar! Ji Yuzhong roared into the sky. The billowing sound waves swept out in all directions, causing some of the nearby stars to explode. Boom! At this time, a huge hand directly slapped towards Ji Yuzhong. A violent power erupted from the hand, causing stars to explode wherever it passed. It was incomparably terrifying. Die! Ji Yuzhong's battle intent surged as he directly punched out. Rumble! The two supreme forces clashed together, causing the entire world to tremble. Then, two figures were sent flying backwards. Ha! The person who wanted to kill Ji Yuzhong saw that Ji Yuzhong was actually able to withstand his attack. This guy had just broken through to the extreme path realm. The person who attacked was extremely powerful. Go to hell! The person roared angrily. The violent fist energy shook the heavens. You think I'm afraid of you? Ji Yuzhong shouted. He also attacked, and his first move was the breaking extremity fist. A vast amount of yuan qi erupted from Ji Yuzhong's fist, directly breaking the opponent's fist energy and sending the person who dared to attack him flying. The person was sent flying millions of miles away, smashing through a dozen stars. He stopped and looked at Ji Yuzhong with a look of disbelief. I didn't expect you to have mastered such a secret technique. This person seemed to have seen through Ji Yuzhong's cultivation technique and knew that it was a fist technique that could surpass the limits. His entire right arm was bent at a weird angle. It was obvious that his right arm was crippled. However, in the next moment, his right arm was moving. The broken bones in his arm were healing rapidly, and his flesh was growing and repairing itself. Soon, his right arm was completely healed, as if it had never been injured. Ji Yuzhong's expression was incomparably solemn. The aura on his body pulsated like divine flames, and his muscles and bones began to let out faint sounds of thunder. All the power in his body was gradually being unleashed. He felt a dangerous aura from this person, which made him feel a little uneasy. Thick earth chi, swallow the heavens and devour the earth. Following the man's soft shout, a dust-like airwave immediately gathered from all directions and madly gathered towards the man. Surging and unstoppable, the dusky dust covered half the sky. That wasn't real dust, but the great power displayed by the earth element divine art. Incredible! Ji Yuzhong was secretly shocked. This didn't mean that he was afraid of this guy. On the contrary, this guy's strength just happened to stimulate his arrogance and fighting spirit. Martial artists were natural warriors. They pressed forward with indomitable will and were fearless. Even if they knew that blood would be spilled 5 steps away, they would still fight. They would rather die standing than live kneeling. Ji Yuzhong's martial heart was extremely pure, untainted by even a speck of dust, without any worldly restraints. His actions, they all came from his heart. This is the real freedom from me. It was precisely because Ji Yuzhong's heart was free of distractions that he could bravely advance and cultivate the martial way to such a level. He didn't retreat, he didn't give way. Facing the thick earth energy that was swallowing him, he instead took a step forward. He was still incomparably strong and fearless as he punched out. Fighting force with force, fighting force with force. Ji Yuzhong struck out with the metal element fist. Dazzling golden light erupted from his fist, illuminating the entire world and dispersing the mighty power of the earth element. This indomitable punch seemed to have borrowed the endless power of the metal element between heaven and earth. The metal element fist versus the earth element divine art. The two terrifying forces instantly collided. Rumble. This was an intense collision that shook everyone's soul. Everyone turned pale and retreated further away in fear. They were afraid that they would be caught in the crossfire. Even if it was just the aftershock of the two's clash, it was not something they could withstand. Father, Jiyu Xiaofeng had been watching the battle from the side. His father's cultivation had just broken through to the extreme grade, but his opponent was a genuine extreme grade supreme master. Father, please don't lose. Jiyu Xiaofeng prayed in his heart. However, Jiyu Xiaofeng's prayers seemed to have no effect. The endless power of the earth element gathered from all directions, unable to disperse the dust that filled the sky. In the midst of the dust, Jiyu Zhong retreated with blood dripping from the corner of his mouth. He had no choice but to retreat. His opponent was a veteran extreme grade supreme master, and the divine art displayed by such an opponent was difficult for him to resolve. The man's hands drew mysterious trajectories, and a grey light shone between his hands. It was as if the earth element of the entire heaven and earth was attracted by him, and all of it was integrated into his earth element divine art. He then blasted it towards Jiyu Zhong. Die. Jiyu Zhong's fists emitted two dazzling golden rays that were as bright as the sun, colliding head-on with the mighty power of the earth element. The violent collision of power caused his sleeves to instantly turn into rags that filled the sky. He spat out blood again as he retreated, as if he couldn't withstand this attack. Jiyu Zhong was directly blasted hundreds of thousands of miles away. Who is this guy? How dare he attack Jiyu Zhong? Someone exclaimed. Jiyu Zhong was the eldest disciple of Jiyu Fei, and the consequences of attacking Jiyu Zhong were very serious. Hiding his head but showing his tail. Is he Jiyu Fei's sworn enemy? Someone guessed. In fact, Jiyu Fei had once cleansed the human world, but it seemed that the cleansing was not thorough, and there were still fish that slipped through the net. Father, Jiyu Xiaofeng was shocked and angry to see his father being blasted away. However, Jiyu Zhong, who was blasted away, rushed back energetically. Again, Jiyu Zhong was once again blasted away, directly smashing through many stars. The extreme destruction fist could not be used frequently. He had already used it twice, and it was already his limit. If he used it again, he would have to pay a heavy price. You have angered me. Jiyu Zhong glared at the guy in front of him. The guy's face was blurry, but he was tall and slender. His entire body was enveloped in the power of the earth element, giving off an unusually heavy feeling. So what? Chapter 4664. Jiyu Zhong's cultivation had just broken through to the extreme grade realm, so he was still a rookie when it came to using the power of the extreme grade realm. He was sent flying by the attack and coughed up blood continuously. Die. Jiyu Zhong was injured, but this only made him even crazier. He punched again and again, his fists emitting a dazzling golden radiance. It was as if two golden suns had appeared in the sky. That person directly clashed with Jiyu Zhong, causing Jiyu Zhong to be constantly pushed back. Father, Jiyu Xiaofeng could not help but feel anxious and angry. His opponent was too shameless to attack someone who had just passed the extreme grade heavenly tribulation. Jiyu Xiaofeng could not think of anyone else who dared to go against Jiyu Fei, apart from the remnants of the Yuan dynasty and the descendant of the heavenly demon. Jiyu Zhong struggled to hold on. Preposterous. Jiyu Xiaofeng had no choice but to crush a talisman. Swoosh. As the Dao talisman in Jiyu Xiaofeng's hand shattered, a figure appeared in the sky. A terrifying and monstrous pressure erupted from the figure. Jiyu Fei. How is this possible? Some people who were watching the battle from afar immediately retreated. The mysterious Supreme Master who was fighting with Jiyu Zhong also turned around and fled. Do you think you can escape? The illusory figure reached out with his right hand and grabbed at the mysterious Supreme Being who was trying to escape. In the blink of an eye, the Supreme Master traversed the endless starry sky and disappeared without a trace. However, Jiyu Fei's clone's right hand directly reached into the depths of the starry sky and actually grabbed the Supreme Master in his hand. What? the mysterious Supreme Master was scared out of his wits. He was directly grabbed by Ji Yufei's clone. Bam! Ji Yufei's clone exerted force in his right hand and directly crushed the guy. His entire body turned into a mist of blood and his spirit flew out. Then, Ji Yufei's clone used the godly seizing secret technique to read the guy's memory. "Yuan Ji Yu, you bastard. You're really haunting me," Ji Yufei's incarnation said ruthlessly. He directly took action and infused all the Yuan Qi of this mysterious extreme path supreme being into Ji Yuzhong's body. Then, this incarnation dissipated into the void. At this time, Ji Yu Xiaofeng's heart was bleeding. That was a Dao talisman that sealed one of Ji Yufei's incarnations. This was originally Ji Yu Xiaofeng's life-saving treasure. In order to save his father, Ji Yuzhong, Ji Yu Xiaofeng could only use his trump card. That extreme-grade Supreme Master died just like that. Some people who were watching the battle from afar were shocked to the extreme. Ji Yufei's incarnation was so powerful that it could instantly kill an extreme-grade Supreme Being? That was a technique that could instantly kill an extreme-grade supremacy. Perhaps only existences at the supremacy level could do that. A remnant of the primordial era? Ji Yuzhong's expression was somewhat ugly. The remnants of the primordial era were truly difficult to deal with. "Let's go." Ji Yuzhong directly left the starry sky with Ji Yu Xiaofeng and returned to the soaring dragon ancestral star. He was going into seclusion. At this time, in the primordial chaos immortal mansion world, the old tortoise directly left the 9 heavens, then left the primordial chaos immortal mansion world and returned to the heavenly realm. When the old tortoise returned to the heavenly realm's demon race was being attacked. Someone actually directly attacked the demon race's ancestral land, causing a stir in the entire heavenly realm. The old tortoise directly took action and killed all those who dared to cause trouble. Since they dared to offend me, they should be prepared to be killed. Despicable descendant of the heavenly demon, the old tortoise roared in anger. Just as the old tortoise returned to the heavenly realm, Ji Yufei's family brought the entire Guangqing immortal sect back to the soaring dragon ancestral star. Ji Yufei personally found a spiritual land in the eastern region of the soaring dragon ancestral star as the new mountain gate of the Guangqing immortal sect. With Ji Yufei's support, no one in the entire human realm dared to touch the Guangqing immortal sect. "Hand over that thing, and I'll leave your corpses intact." In a foreign world on the soaring dragon ancestral star, countless men in black surrounded the mountain gate of the Shongqing sect. These mysterious people suddenly attacked the foreign world where the Shongqing sect was. The men in black directly attacked from the foot of the mountain, and the sound of bodies falling to the ground could be heard. Fresh blood dyed the green stones on the mountain path red, then seeped into the ground through the cracks. The Shongqing sect's disciples were not on the same level as the men in black. The screams of the Shongqing sect's disciples before they died were ear-piercing. Flesh and blood splattered everywhere, and the mountain path instantly turned into a living hell. "Who the hell are you?" An elder of the Shongqing sect couldn't help but spit out a mouthful of blood when he saw more than half of the disciples he personally trained die in an instant. Hee. The leader of the men in black grinned as he approached the upper management of the Shongqing sect. A black hole seemed to have formed around him, making it impossible for others to sense his presence. It was as if he didn't exist. An elder pushed off the ground and leaped into the air. The long sword in his hand turned into a ray of light and slashed down at the man in black's head. "Die!" the elder shouted angrily. His eyes were filled with anger and his face was determined. He knew that this demon-like man was extremely powerful, but he still made a move. "Chimimpate." The man in black snickered in disdain and continued to march forward like he was taking a stroll. Before the dazzling light from the sword hit the man in black, the elder from the Shongqing sect felt his wrist shake and the sword in his hand flew out of his hand. The man in black casually pointed with his finger and a bloody hole appeared between the Shongqing sect's elder's brows. He fell from the sky right away and died. "What do we do?" Lin Shui, who was already an elder of the Shongqing sect, was both shocked and furious. The Shongqing sect acquired something heaven-defying. But then, these mysterious men in black slaughtered their way into the Shongqing sect's territory. Based on their actions, They were going to destroy the Shang-Qing sect. At this scene, the other upper management of the Shang-Qing sect turned white from fear, especially the young female descendants. The bloody scene made their chests feel heavy and they had the urge to puke. "I don't have time to play with you." The man in black revealed an evil smile. Then, his right hand grabbed towards the injured supreme headmaster of the Shang-Qing sect. He completely ignored the 20 to 30 powerhouses from the Shang-Qing sect who were protecting the supreme headmaster. "We can give you the item, but you must leave." Lin Shuer screamed at the man. "Who do you think you are? How dare you negotiate with me?" The man in black snickered and continued to attack the supreme headmaster. "How dare you?" All the upper management of the Shang-Qing sect were enraged. But the opponent's cultivation was too powerful and they were no opponent. "Who do you think you are?" Just as the entire Shang-Qing sect was hopeless, a voice suddenly descended from the sky. In the next second, the man in black's hand stopped in midair. A silhouette appeared on the field before the Shang-Qing sect's grand hall. The moment Lin Shuer saw who it was, she was ecstatic and surprised. This person, to her, was both familiar and unfamiliar. He was the famous Ji Yufei from the mortal world and the heavens realm. Chapter 4665. The Shang-Qing sect has always been at the Soaring Dragon ancestral planet and never left. In the beginning, the Shang-Qing sect relied on the Zhu clan of the Desolation. However, because the Zhu clan fell into internal strife, the entire Zhu clan fell apart and completely declined. The Shang-Qing sect took this opportunity to take over a small world that originally belonged to the Zhu clan of the Desolation and successfully escaped the most chaotic period. The Zhu clan of the Desolation was done for. The forces of the Soaring Dragon ancestral planet divided up the Zhu clan's territory. The Azure Dragon kind, the Vermilion Bird kind, the White Tiger kind, and the Black Tortoise kind were all extremely powerful. Currently, the Soaring Dragon ancestral planet of the mortal world was filled with powerhouses. The Azure Dragon kind returned to the Southern Baron and immediately went into isolation to break through to the extreme realm. Just then, the Shang-Qing sect, which had been in seclusion for many years, was invaded by others. Countless disciples were murdered and many of the upper echelons of the Shang-Qing sect died as well. Now, the enemies had surrounded the Shang-Qing sect's mountain gate and were waiting for the important figures to finish their battles. Then, they would begin to clean up the battlefield. Among these mysterious people who suddenly appeared, the leader of the group was a man in black who was already at the demigod realm. The strongest supreme headmaster of the Shang-Qing sect was merely at the Holy Master realm. The mysterious man in black never made a move. Despite that, the Shang-Qing sect was still being slaughtered by the man in black. It was impossible for them to defend against these people. Now, on the square before the ancestral hall of the Shang-Qing sect, the mysterious man in black was finally going to make his move. This final attack needed him to finish. Just as Lin Shuer and them were feeling hopeless, Ji Yufei arrived. Ji Yufei, Lin Shuer's voice was shaking. "It's you." The man in black almost peed his pants when he saw who it was. "You are a remnant of the Yuan Ji sect." Ji Yufei saw through this fellow's true strength with a single glance. The man in black was even more shocked and he subconsciously stepped back a few steps. Yuan Ji was definitely the most mysterious person in history. Even Ji Yufei had never seen his true body. However, Yuan Gu's power was no small matter. No matter how hard Ji Yufei tried, Yuan Gu's forces were endless. It wouldn't be long before Yuan Gu's forces resurfaced, giving Ji Yufei a headache. Swoosh! The man in black immediately turned around and fled. However, Ji Yufei stretched out his hand and grabbed at the escaping man in black. The black-clothed man immediately flew towards Ji Yufei's hand involuntarily and was caught by Ji Yufei's hand. Boom! The black-robed man self-destructed, and a terrifying destructive power erupted. However, Ji Yufei was still unscathed. The self-detonation of a quasi-exalt was no small matter. However, Ji Yufei had sealed this power. Otherwise, if this power were to explode, the entire prime clear heavens and earth might be destroyed. However, this kind of power was too weak for him. Ancestral realm? Ji Yufei directly read this man's soul memory. However, He only knew that there was a base of the Yuan Jiyu in the ancestral realm and that this man in black was a remnant of the Yuan Jiyu. In the next moment, all the subordinates of the black-clothed man exploded and turned into a mist of blood. Their souls were completely destroyed. Everyone in the Shongqing sect was dumbfounded at this scene. The little disciple of the Taishen sect back then has become so powerful. Many people in the Shongqing sect knew about Jiyu Fei. However, they had been in seclusion for too long. News from the outside world could not reach this small world. Everyone in the Shongqing sect had no idea that the outside world had been turned upside down. They didn't think that the Jiyu Fei before them was so powerful that he was undefeatable in the heaven realm. Then, Jiyu Fei was invited by the current sect leader, Lin Jinghong, to the ancestral hall of the Shongqing sect. No one knew what Jiyu Fei said to the upper echelons of the Shongqing sect, but the entire Shongqing sect was preparing to move out of the Shongqing small world. The Shongqing sect was going to reopen its doors on the soaring dragon ancestral star. The location was ready-made. It was the ancestral ground of the Zhu clan of the desolate antiquity. The ancestral ground of the Zhu clan of the desolate antiquity was now occupied by the Alliance of the 100 Races of the South. The so-called Alliance of the 100 Races was actually an alliance of the major races of the South. Moreover, it was an alliance of small and medium-sized forces. The Azure Dragon clan, the Vermilion Bird clan, the White Tiger clan, and the Black Tortoise clan did not join this so-called alliance of the 100 Races. With the strength of the four clans, there was no need for them to rely on an alliance to survive. Jiyu Fei appeared in the south. His appearance immediately caused a huge uproar. The Azure Dragon clan was even more alarmed. It must be known that back when Jiyu Fei had first appeared in the southern wasteland, his strongest opponent had been the Azure Dragon clan. Jiyu Fei had appeared in the south at a sensitive time when the Azure Dragon clan was in seclusion to ascend to the extreme realm. It was no wonder that the Azure Dragon clan was not frightened. Even the Black Tortoise clan and the White Tiger clan were afraid that Jiyu Fei would come knocking on their door. Even so, they were overthinking things. The current Jiyu Fei could not be bothered with them at all. He went straight to the ancestral ground of the Zhu clan of the desolate antiquity. Get lost. He merely uttered a single word, and the alliance of the 100 Races, who had occupied the ancestral ground of the Zhu clan of the desolate antiquity for decades, scurried away with their tails between their legs. The alliance of the 100 Races was a joke in Jiyu Fei's eyes. The ancestral ground of the Zhu clan of the desolate antiquity had long been in ruins. Even the ancestral veins deep underground were severely damaged. Even so, this was the ancestral ground of the Zhu clan of the desolate antiquity. Though the veins were damaged, it was not impossible to repair. Jiyu Fei set about repairing the ancestral ground at once. Rumble, heaven and earth trembled. Broken mountains flew up from the ground, and broken veins were connected one after another. All the spiritual qi in the world was stirred. The southern wilderness powerhouses who saw this scene from afar were all dumbfounded. This was definitely a method that could change heaven and earth. It was too terrifying. No wonder he could trample the land of extinction, flatten the demonic den, and slay the extreme demon lord. As all the southern wilderness powerhouses stared with their mouths agape, Jiyu Fei used less than 4 hours to repair the ancestral ground of the Zhu clan of the desolate antiquity. Judging from the extent of the damage done to the ancestral ground of the Zhu clan of the desolate antiquity, Jiyu Fei could imagine how terrifying the battle that broke out back then must have been. One must know that the ancestral ground of the Zhu clan of the desolate antiquity must have been protected by countless formations and strengthened by the power of countless formations. That battle back then had almost destroyed the ancestral ground. During the civil war back then, the Zhu clan of the desolate antiquity had probably used all their powers apart from the extreme path. Repairing an ancestral ground was but a piece of cake for Jiyu Fei, who was in the eternal realm. When Lin Shuer came out of the Shongqing small world and saw the gathering of spiritual qi, thousands of auspicious colors, and the flowing immortal light, she was dumbfounded. With the return of the Shongqing sect, the ancestral star of the soaring dragon and the 3 great Daoist sects of the East Domain finally reappeared in the world. Chapter 4666. Back when Hierarch South Heaven betrayed him, Violet Sun Heaven and Unaging Demon Child fled with Red Dragon and Yarrow Yu. Jiyu Fei had tried to find them, but to no avail. It was as if they had completely disappeared from the world. Even Jiyu Fei could not find them. However, things were different now. Jiyu Fei was now in the Eternal Realm, and he had the Wheel of Heavens and Worlds, the Tao artifact of eternity. At that moment, Jiyu Fei entered the depths of the starry sky. He sat cross-legged in the void, and in front of him floated a treasure wheel. This was the legendary number 1 Tao artifact of the primogenitor realm, the Wheel of Heavens and Worlds. At that moment, under Jiyu Fei's control, the Wheel of Heavens and Worlds was completely awakened, and countless ancient Tao patterns appeared on the Wheel of Heavens and Worlds. Jiyu Fei was going to use the Wheel of Heavens and Worlds to find someone. Buzz. Jiyu Fei immediately activated the Wheel of Heavens and Worlds. Original Demon Realm, one of the myriad worlds. This was a world of demons. Of course, there were humans and other races here, but in the original Demon Realm, the demons were the rulers of this world. The other races were struggling to survive under the demonic might of the demons. Roar. In the forest of the southern region of the original Demon Realm, a violent ape swooped down from the sky, stirring up a gust of wind that caused the trees below to shake violently. Dead branches and leaves were blown into the air. The target of the demonic ape was a human cultivator on the ground. It was a woman in battle armor. An endless ferocious aura filled every inch of space in the forest, causing the woman to feel suffocated and her breathing to quicken. The demonic ape covered in light yellow fur pounced like a huge mountain. It was extremely ferocious. Its blood-red eyes were like demonic blood-red stars, emitting an endless evil light. It swore to tear the creature that dared to offend it into pieces. The thoughts of a ferocious beast were very simple. Their bestial instincts dictated everything. The demonic ape felt threatened by Jiyu Fei, so its first thought was to eliminate this woman. Good timing. The woman abruptly straightened her back, and all the muscles and bones in her body immediately emitted a burst of crackling sounds. Her muscles and bones roared like thunder, and she raised her head to look at the devilish ape that was pouncing down from above. A hint of madness appeared on her face. She reached out her hand to wipe away the trace of blood at the corner of her mouth. A powerful force erupted from her body, and her long hair danced wildly in the air. In the elemental devil realm, humans and demons were mortal enemies. Once they met, it would be a battle to the death. As for the demons, they also hunted and killed human experts as their food. Roar. The woman let out a furious roar. Her expression became extremely sinister and terrifying. She separated her legs. Pang. The ground beneath her feet exploded, and the soil beneath her feet undulated violently like waves. At the same time, her right palm chopped upwards like a blade. Clang. Like a divine weapon being unsheathed, a dazzling saber radiance immediately shot out from the woman's palm blade. The dazzling saber radiance tore through the void and slashed rapidly toward the demonic ape in the sky. An incomparably powerful water elemental force erupted from her body. The mysterious woman had been in the elemental devil realm for a very long time. She had fought with the demons, and her cultivation had improved very quickly. She was a female saint. At this moment, a chilling saber aura emanated from the woman's body. The trees within a few miles around her were instantly sliced into pieces. The entire mountain range began to shake. The trees swayed wildly, and leaves danced in the air. With the mysterious woman as the center, huge cracks spread out from under the mysterious woman's feet. At this moment, the mysterious woman's aura was enough to make the heavens and earth lose their color. She was like the reincarnation of the god of war and the martial ancestor. Domineering and awe-inspiring, she slashed the sky with her saber radiance. A hint of fear appeared in the demonic ape's blood-red eyes. It instinctively sensed danger and reached out with its claws, grabbing at the blade light that was like a waterfall. Pang! The unparalleled saber radiance shattered under the sharp claws of the ape. Roar! The devilish ape let out an earth-shattering roar. The moment the saber radiance was destroyed, its mountain-like body was sent flying. Blood splattered in the air, and the smell of blood immediately filled the air. This devilish ape was also a saint venerate demons. It was extremely ferocious. The devilish ape was one of the 3 giants of the southern region. Boom! The entire ground trembled. The devil ape landed in the forest, and a part of the forest was immediately destroyed by the violent ape's feet. The violent ape's huge claws were already badly mutilated, and beast blood flowed out and dripped onto the ground. Whoosh! The devilish ape did something unimaginable to the mysterious woman. It actually turned around and fled. Pang! 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 Its heavy footsteps caused the forest to tremble. Everywhere the ape passed, the trees were all toppled, and broken branches and leaves were sent flying. Where do you think you're going? The mysterious woman was taken aback. She did not expect the devilish ape to flee, so she immediately leaped up and used her 8 steps extreme speed to chase after the ape like a phantom. Even the giants of the demons were extremely afraid of death. The mysterious woman had come to the southern region this time to train herself and hunt down the 3 giants of the southern region's demons. At this moment, high up in the sky, among the clouds, 3 figures were standing. These 3 people had extraordinary auras. One of them was covered in purple divine light. He was one of the 3 giants of the soaring dragon ancestral star, Ziyang Celestial Emperor, who had been missing for a long time. The other person was a boy with white teeth and red lips. He was one of the 3 giants of the fallen god Sea, the unaging demon child. The last person was a middle-aged man. This middle-aged man had red skin all over his body. He looked like a ball of fire. Even his hair and eyebrows were red, and his eyes were red. This person was Jiu Fei's disciple, Red Dragon. This fellow was not a human, but a serpent, and a fiery serpent at that. In the forest, the mysterious woman who was fighting the holy venerate devilish ape was Yarrow Yu. Junior sister is getting stronger and stronger. Red Dragon couldn't help but exclaim when he saw this scene from above the clouds. Now, even one of the 3 giants of the primordial demon realm's southern region, the demonic ape emperor, was no match for Yarrow Yu. It doesn't matter how strong we are here. We can't break through to the extreme grade. Ziyang Celestial Emperor sighed. His cultivation had already reached the quasi-supreme level, but ever since he reached the quasi-supreme level, no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't take that final leap. It's been so many years. We've searched the entire primordial demon realm, but we can't find any way to leave this place. Looks like we're going to be trapped here until we die. The unaging demon child's expression was extremely solemn. Chapter 46-67. The elemental devil realm was the world of the demons. Humans and other races lived in fear, fearing that they would be exterminated by the demons. However, it was unrealistic for the demons to exterminate other races. In the entire elemental devil realm, the strongest beings were at the quasi-supremacy level. This was because the laws of heaven and earth in the elemental devil realm weren't perfect. Under the imperfect heavenly Tao, even if one cultivated to the extreme, they could only stop at the quasi-supremacy level. Whether it was the unaging demon child or heavenly emperor Ziyang, their cultivation had already reached the limit. Or rather, their cultivation had already reached the limit of this world. Only by leaving the elemental devil realm could they achieve the extreme Tao. However, if they could leave the elemental devil realm, they would have done so long ago. Back then, they mistakenly entered a trans-realm teleportation array and came to this world. And that teleportation array had long been unusable. If it could be used, why would they stay in this hopeless elemental devil realm? At this moment, Yarrow Yu chased the demonic ape emperor deep into the mountains of the southern region. That was the lair of the demonic ape emperor, where a large number of powerful demons gathered. Among them, there were no less than 8 demons of the devil sage level. There was even a great devil sage level patriarch of the demonic ape clan overseeing the place. The demonic ape clan was still very powerful in the southern region of the elemental devil realm. Basically, a great devil sage level existence could do whatever they wanted in the elemental devil realm. However, if they encountered a quasi-supremacy devil ancestor, they were definitely not enough. There were only 7 quasi-paragons in the entire primordial devil realm, and each of them had lived for countless years. The southern region of the primordial devil realm was too desolate. It was filled with mountains and ridges, and there weren't any decent earth veins. A quasi-supremacy devil ancestor naturally wouldn't be interested in such a place. However, this was a place where humans and other races gathered. The other spiritual lands and treasure lands had long been occupied by the quasi-supremacy devil ancestors of the demons. Boom! Yarrow Yu displayed the combat strength of a sage and struck out with the water element fist. The fist force was continuous, using softness to overcome hardness. With just one punch, the demonic ape emperor was blasted more than 10 miles away, directly smashing into a small mountain. Dust immediately flew in the mountain forest. Chaos broke through the air, and there was great chaos. The current Yarrow Yu was no longer the princess who didn't know anything. Her martial Dao talent was very good, otherwise, she wouldn't have been accepted by Ji Yufei as a disciple. She even used Ji Yufei's teachings as a foundation to innovate and create her own combat skills. Following the path of the predecessors was undoubtedly a shortcut. However, only by comprehending a battle technique that truly belonged to oneself could one surpass the predecessors and become a saint. Therefore, in the world of cultivation, there was a saying. When one reached a high level of cultivation, one had to forget all cultivation methods and battle skills. One had to create a world that belonged to oneself. Yarrow Yu's cultivation had just broken through to the saint rank not too long ago. She was still a long way from creating her own cultivation technique. However, she had already begun to try to figure out a simple battle technique with shocking destructive power. He had also benefited greatly from the battle with the demonic ape emperor today. Desolate steps, 8 steps of extreme speed. Among the cultivators of the same level, there were very few who could catch up to him. Yarrow Yu stepped on the top of the tree, and her body flew through the air at an extremely fast speed, leaving behind a series of afterimages in the void. In just a few breaths, she caught up with the demonic ape emperor. "Hey!" Yarrow Yu shouted and stepped on the top of the tree with her right foot. Pang! The entire crown of the tree under her foot suddenly exploded. In the midst of the flying branches and leaves, Yarrow Yu was like a sharp arrow that pierced through the clouds. She leaped up and pointed at the back of the demonic ape emperor's head with the index and middle fingers of her right hand. The demonic ape emperor seemed to have sensed danger. Its head, which was the size of a water tank, suddenly shrank. Kai! A strand of extremely swift and fierce light flashed past the magic ape emperor's scalp, and it left behind a faint trace of blood. Roar! With an angry roar, the furious demonic ape emperor turned around in an instant. Its right claw, which was like a door panel, directly slapped towards Yarrow Yu, who was leaping in the air. Whoosh! It was as if a tornado was blowing in the air. The giant claw set off a violent gust of wind. Before it reached Yarrow Yu's long hair was blown straight behind her. Yarrow Yu's expression was extremely solemn. She did not dodge or evade. The primordial energy in her body surged violently. When the giant claw was in front of her, she moved her finger like a sword and pointed at the center of the giant palm. Her master, Ji Yufei, had learned a lot of things. He was proficient in fist, palm, sword, finger, and all kinds of combat skills. She had also learned many combat skills from Ji Yufei. Kai! The finger force was as dazzling as divine light. It shot out from Yarrow Yu's fingertip, as if it was tearing through the void. Even space itself was about to be penetrated. Ripples spread out wherever the finger force passed. Pu! A bloody hole the size of a fist suddenly appeared on the palm of the demonic ape emperor. Blood sprayed out from the bloody hole. The smell of blood immediately filled the air. The indestructible finger light was as sharp as a divine arrow. It directly pierced through the palm of the demonic ape emperor, causing it to let out a painful roar. It was the demonic ape emperor that dominated an area. It was actually put in such a difficult position by a human. This was absolutely unprecedented. It was a great humiliation. In the eyes of the demons, the human race was a lowly race. They were just food for them. Although the demonic ape emperor was furious, it did not lose its mind. It knew that it was no match for Yarrow Yu. It roared, turned around, and fled for its life. In an instant, it rushed out of the dense forest and fled into the depths of the mountain. Yarrow Yu sneered and chased after it. At the same time, A water-blue divine light rushed out from her right hand. A cold divine weapon chi was drawn out from her body. A dazzling longsword was condensed and gradually materialize. Clang! Yaroyu's right palm shot out a dazzling water-blue light beam. A water-blue light sword appeared completely. Its brilliance was dazzling and captivating. Want to escape? Do you think you can escape? Yaroyu sneered. She used the 8 desolate steps and displayed the extreme speed of the 8 desolate steps. In an instant, she caught up with the demonic ape emperor. Her hair fluttered without any wind. A cold light flashed in her eyes. Her slender body emitted an extremely tyrannical aura. Die! Yaroyu shouted and raised her right hand. The aqua-blue divine sword immediately shot towards the demonic ape emperor like a bolt of aqua-blue lightning. Puff! The incomparably sharp sword light entered the demon ape emperor's heart from its back and shot out from its chest, causing a large amount of blood to spurt out. The demon ape emperor let out a sorrowful roar as its rapidly running body smashed into the ground with a boom sound. It slid on the ground, causing the mountain rocks to shatter and creating a loud noise. Wherever the demonic ape emperor passed, whether it was rocks or trees, they were all smashed into pieces. The demonic ape emperor's huge body slid for a full 20 to 30 feet before it stopped. At this time, the dazzling sword light made a turn in the air and flew back to Yaroyu, directly entering her body. Roar! At this time, a furious roar came from the depths of the mountain. The entire area shook. A wave of demonic power, so strong that even Yaroyu's heart palpitated, erupted from the depths of the mountain. Chapter 4668. Yaroyu killed the demonic ape emperor with a single slash. This made an old demonic ape in the depths of the mountain furious. It immediately rushed out of its seclusion. Roar! The old demonic ape emperor roared at the sky, causing the entire mountain to shake. In the next moment, Yaroyu felt her vision darken. Then, a huge hand descended from the sky and slammed down on her. Oh no! When did that old demonic ape emperor's cultivation level break through? The violent demonic aura shook the earth. This was actually the power of a quasi-supreme. Sensing the strength of this power, the unold demon child and Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang, who were watching from afar, were shocked. Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang even made a move. A sword light flashed in the void. The huge hand that slammed down on Yaroyu was immediately split in half. Swish! Wherever the sword light passed, everything was directly destroyed. A huge sword mark that was thousands of miles long appeared in the mountain. Roar! A crazy roar resounded. A huge demonic shadow stood up from the depths of the mountain. This demonic shadow took a step and directly arrived in the sky. Without any superfluous words, Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang and the old demonic ape emperor started fighting. Kill! Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang roared angrily. He directly punched forward. In an instant, purple divine light swept towards the old demonic ape emperor like a wave. Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang didn't think too much. He immediately used the purple sun fist. As he punched, purple divine light suddenly rushed out of his body. It was as if he was wearing a purple gold armor. The position of a quasi-supreme was vast and mighty, and the countless demons in the mountain range were terrified to the extreme. The old demonic ape emperor also punched. This was the demonic ape clan's vigorous demonic ape fist. A violent fist force erupted from the old demonic ape emperor's fist. Bang! The two fists collided in an instant. A circle of transparent ripples that was visible to the naked eye spread out from the point of impact. The entire space seemed to shake a little. The two figures flew backward like lightning. Then, like two lightning bolts, they collided again. Boom! The two experts punched each other again. There was nothing fancy about it. This was a pure collision of strength. Muffled thunderous sounds resounded through the forest. The two quasi-supreme figures were like phantoms, emitting vast and terrifying energy fluctuations as they rapidly moved through the forest, engaging in an intense battle. Wherever they passed, the mountains and forests were shattered by the power of the two experts. This evil creature, Heavenly Emperor Purple Sun, was shocked to the extreme. He never expected that this old ape sovereign was actually so powerful, to be able to rely on the power of the fiend physique to fight a great battle with him endlessly. Purple sun illuminates the blue sky. With a low roar, Celestial Emperor Zi Yang threw another punch at the old demonic ape emperor. The dazzling power of the purple sun seemed to envelop the entire world. Chi waves swept towards the old demonic ape emperor with earth-shattering force. Human, you've gone too far. The old devil ape emperor was furious. His proudest successor had actually been killed by these fellows. That was the successor that he had spent endless effort to nurture. The demonic ape emperor being beheaded by Yarrow Yu, this made the old demonic ape emperor almost go crazy. It was only to see that this old demonic ape emperor's body actually rushed out with 9 balls of demonic light. Each ball of demonic light was akin to a demonic sun crossing the sky, erupting with the strongest fluctuations of the fiend path power. The 9 balls of demonic light directly greeted the fist that Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang blasted over. Rumble. 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 A series of 9 sounds, 9 balls of demonic light exploded, successfully blocking Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang's fist. At the same time, the old demonic ape emperor opened his mouth and spat out a streak of black light, piercing towards Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang. The space between Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang's brows suddenly split open. A streak of purple-gold sword light rushed out from his glabella, directly blocking that streak of black light that the old demonic ape emperor spat out. That black light was wrapped in a demonic spear. At this time, Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang's flying sword collided with that black light demonic spear. Clanging sounds were incessant. The 2 quasi-supreme level Dao artifacts were clashing fiercely. Places that they passed through, the forest was immediately destroyed by the terrifying power that surged out. Countless trees were shredded. Old Purple, do you need help? The unold demon child, who was watching the show from the side, crossed his arms and smiled. At this time, Yarrow Yu also rushed up to the sky and stood beside the unold demon child. It's just a little monkey. I can still handle it. Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang said and directly used his trump card. The sword light formed by his flying sword suddenly soared several times, and a powerful sword chi fluctuation spread out, causing the surrounding temperature to drop rapidly. That demonic spear was actually cut in half by Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang's flying sword, turning into scrap metal and falling from the sky into the mountain ridge. What? The old demonic ape emperor was taken aback. It directly turned around and fled. However, it couldn't escape. Swish. In the void, a sword light flashed, and the old demonic ape emperor's whole body was split in half. It was actually split in half by Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang in an instant. The old demonic ape emperor's cultivation base was only at the early stage quasi-supreme level, while Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang's cultivation base broke through to the quasi-supreme level much earlier than the old demonic ape emperor. If Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang wanted to kill the old demonic ape emperor, it would be as easy as flipping his hand. We've been out for a long time. It's time to go back. Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang took back his flying sword, then came to the unold demon child and said such words. Let's go. The unold demon child nodded and then disappeared into the void, running away just like that. Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang waved his big sleeve and also disappeared into the void with Red Dragon and Yarrow Yu. Soon, the news of the old demonic ape emperor's death spread. Then, the major forces of the demons gathered together. Almost all the higher-ups of the demons were present. On the primordial demon ancestral mountain, the demons made a decision that was enough to affect the entire primordial demon realm. The higher-ups of the devil race immediately gave the order, and all the devils began to move towards the human settlement. This was a demonic calamity that swept through the entire primordial demon realm. The demons wanted to take this opportunity to wipe out the human race and other races in one go. In the northern region of the primordial demon realm, a human city was breached by the demons. All the humans and other races in the city were completely slaughtered. Blood flowed like rivers in the city, turning it into a living hell. For a moment, all the humans and other races in the primordial demon realm were in a desperate situation. A human quasi-supreme made a move and counterattacked the demons. However, very soon, that human quasi-supreme was besieged by 2 demons quasi-supreme and was killed in the end. The blood of the human quasi-supreme dyed the ground red. This was a crisis of genocide. This time, The demons had already made up their mind to wipe out all the other races in the primordial demon realm, especially the human race. In the eastern region of the primordial demon realm, there was a huge human city called Celestial City. At this time, Celestial City was already overcrowded. All the powerhouses of the human race and other races had entered Celestial City. All the humans in the primordial demon realm were rushing towards Celestial City. Between the cities built by the human race, there were teleportation arrays that could be used to teleport between each other. After the demons made their move, the teleportation arrays in Celestial City never stopped working. And at this time, the demons had already surrounded Celestial City. 3 unbelievably powerful demonic figures appeared outside Celestial City. What should we do? Yarrow Yu and the others were anxious. Fight. Heavenly Emperor Purple Sun said in a deep voice. Either the demons die, or we die. The unold demon child's expression was also incomparably grave. Chapter 4669. The humans in the elemental devil realm had already reached the juncture of life and death. This time, the demons were determined to annihilate the human race and the other races. At this moment, in the celestial city of the human race, countless humans and people from other races had filled this huge human city. The celestial city had existed for a very long time. It was so long that nobody knew when this huge human city had appeared. In the huge city, there were millions of humans and creatures from other races. One should know that the normal capacity of this huge human city was only a few million creatures. At this moment, the ancient city-guarding formation of the celestial city was activated. A huge light barrier enveloped the entire celestial city. Outside the celestial city, the demons' flags were fluttering and the demonic beasts were roaring. There were demons everywhere in the sky and on the ground. The entire world had darkened. The entire celestial city had been surrounded by the demons. Outside the city was an army of countless demons. What to do, what to do? The lord of the celestial city was a holy venerable. A holy venerable was definitely an existence that could do whatever he wanted during normal times. But now, a holy venerable was nothing. One after another, powerful demonic silhouettes appeared in the void around the celestial city. You want to annihilate the human race. At this moment, a silhouette suddenly rushed out of the celestial city. That person passed through the city-guarding formation of the celestial city and arrived outside. Is there any demon who dares to fight me? That person shouted at the countless demons outside. His battle intent was like a rainbow. He was not afraid of the countless demons in front of him. I'm here to take your head. A demonic silhouette rushed out and arrived in front of that person in an instant. I, Meng Tianjing, will kill to my heart's content today. The eyes of the human expert, Meng Tianjing, were as cold as the stars. His eyes were as sharp as the edge of a blade. Boundless killing intent was revealed in his eyes. He was really angry. The demons actually dared to massacre the human race. Damn it. In an instant, an extremely tyrannical wave of power erupted from his body. Rays of light shot out from his pores like countless sharp needles, as if he had turned into a hedgehog with spikes all over his body. His long hair fluttered wildly under the impact of the wave of power that emanated from his body. Meng Tianjing stretched out his right hand like a ferocious beast that had been awakened from its slumber. Shua. His 5 fingers tore through the air with a tearing sound. He appeared in front of the demon like a bolt of lightning and grabbed the demon's shoulder. The demon turned pale with fright. With a twist of his wrist, the cold light in his hand sliced towards Meng Tianjing's arm. His reaction was extremely fast. The disgusting devil chi exuding from this demon's clearly indicated his identity. The demon race's forte was close combat. Meng Tianjing's grab almost tore off the demon's arm. However, the demon's reaction was too fast. If he had not retracted his hand, his arm would have been chopped off. However, just as Meng Tianjing retracted his right hand, his left fist landed heavily on the demon's chest. The power of the 5 elements contained in his fist exploded violently. A bone-chilling sound of bones and tendons cracking was heard from the demon's chest. His entire chest, tendons, bones, blood, and flesh were all shattered by the violent power of the 5 elements that exploded from Meng Tianjing and turned into a pile of minced meat. Roar. The demon let out a roar and was sent flying. He fell to the ground, and after struggling for a while, he died. A holy venerate demon could not even withstand a punch from this person. This shocked countless demons who witnessed this scene. A pungent smell of blood immediately filled the air. "I'll deal with you." Right at this moment, another demon walked out. "You're the celestial emperor of 5 elements, Meng Tianjing?" The demon stared coldly at Meng Tianjing. In the original demon realm, the number of people who could call themselves emperors and dared to call themselves emperors could be counted on one hand. The middle-aged human powerhouse sneered but did not say a word. "Ha ha, I, Mo Fan, shall take your dog head today." The demon attacked Meng Tianjing as he spoke. At this moment, countless living beings in the celestial city were watching this scene. Everyone was impressed by Meng Tianjing's feat of challenging an entire race single-handedly. The 2 powerhouses started fighting each other. Very quickly, the demon named Mo Fan was defeated and turned to flee. Trying to escape. Meng Tianjing sneered as a violent killing intent surged from his body. Then, a fist surrounded by golden radiance smashed towards Mo Fan's back. This was a simple and direct punch, but it contained great power. Just as the unstoppable golden fist was about to hit the demon named Mo Fan suddenly emitted a huge wave of demonic energy. Peng! Mo Fan turned into a cloud of black gas and charged forward. Blood escape? Meng Tianjing's punch was ultimately a split second too slow. It was as if the punch had hit empty air and had no way to exert force. However, all of his power was gathered in his flesh and bones. He could withdraw it at will without any hesitation. He retracted his punch just like that. Then, he pressed his palm towards the black gas. The power of his palm enveloped heaven and earth and immediately blasted Mo Fan out of the surging black gas. Mo Fan seemed to have suffered a huge impact. He staggered a few steps and spat out a mouthful of blood, almost falling to the ground. "You want to use the demon blood to activate the demon path's escape technique to escape? Dream on." Meng Tianjing took a step forward and instantly appeared behind Mo Fan. He stretched out his right hand and with a crack, he stabbed it into Mo Fan's head. The power gathered on Meng Tianjing's fingers penetrated into Mo Fan's brain and destroyed his spiritual consciousness. Mo Fan's eyes rolled back and he died instantly. Yu, one of the demons, the demon emperor, was enraged and attacked Meng Tianjing. Without any suspense, Meng Tianjing was sent flying and slammed into the protective barrier. He fell to the ground and spat out a mouthful of blood. Humph! The demon emperor was about to attack and kill Meng Tianjing. However, at that moment, 2 figures appeared in front of Meng Tianjing. One of them was a middle-aged man in a purple robe, while the other was a kid with white teeth and red lips. They were Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang and the unaging demon child. Quasi-supremes were known as emperors in the original demon realm. The 5 elements Heavenly Emperor Meng Tianjing was also a quasi-supremes and a heavenly emperor. However, he was no match for the demons' veteran demon emperors who had lived for countless years. Kill. Without any nonsense, Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang and the unaging demon child charged forward. Rumble. Chapter 4670. In the elemental devil realm, the demons wanted to exterminate the human race. In the end, the humans and the demons still came to this step. However, the humans were weak and the demons were strong. This was an indisputable fact. At this time, the entire elemental devil realm was filled with the flames of war. As long as there were human settlements, there would be the shadows of the demons. The human cities were breached by the demons one after another. When the cities were breached, the humans and other races in the cities would be wiped out. This was the true meaning of not sparing a single chicken or dog. In the end, all the humans who could escape to Celestial City did so. This was because Celestial City was the last fortress of the human race. The Lord of Celestial City was the Celestial Emperor of 5 elements, Meng Tianjing. This Meng Tianjing was the strongest existence among the human quasi-supremes. It was also because of Meng Tianjing's existence that the human race could struggle at death's door until now. At this time, Celestial City's protective formation was already activated. The lord of the city, Meng Tianjing, also personally killed his way out of Celestial City. Meng Tianjing's attack directly attracted the attention of a demon emperor. This demon emperor had lived for countless years. He was a true super antique of the elemental devil realm. His cultivation had already reached the peak of the quasi-supremes. He was incomparably powerful. This demon emperor was extremely powerful. He injured Meng Tianjing with one attack. When this demon emperor was about to kill Meng Tianjing, Heavenly Emperor Ziyang and the unaging demon child finally made their move. The three quasi-sovereign emperors attacked the demon monarch at the same time. That demon emperor saw that the situation was bad and wanted to retreat. But it was already too late. This time, it was the demon emperor's turn to be unlucky. This demon emperor was directly sent flying. He spat out a mouthful of blood. This was really a reversal of fortune. Demon Emperor Kang Mier was extremely depressed. Since when did the human race have two emperor-level powerhouses? Heavenly Emperor Ziyang and the unaging demon child were very low profile. Even though their cultivation had broken through to the quasi-supreme's realm, it didn't alarm anyone. There was a place in the elemental devil realm that was mysterious and dangerous. Devils didn't dare to enter that place. That place was filled with immortal qi. It was the burial place of a supreme true immortal. No one knew how this supreme true immortal died in the prime devil realm. This was the immortal region of the prime devil realm. Even if those quasi-supreme level demon emperors entered this immortal domain, they would also suffer great damage to their vitality. As for other demons, not to mention entering the immortal domain, even approaching the immortal domain would make them feel uncomfortable. Back then, Heavenly Emperor Ziyang and the unaging demon child had entered the primordial demon realm's immortal domain to undergo their quasi-supremacy heavenly tribulation. Because of the existence of the immortal domain, no one knew about their tribulation. Heavenly Emperor Ziyang and the unaging demon child suddenly attacked and joined forces with five elements heaven and earth Meng Tianjing to heavily injure demon Emperor Kang destruction. Kill him! The unold demon child shouted. Heavenly Emperor Purple Sun and the five elements Heavenly Emperor went all out. The space around Demon Emperor exploded. Half of his body was blasted apart. His hair was disheveled and he was in a sorry state. You guys, Demon Emperor Kang Destruction was enraged. He, who had dominated the Prime Devil realm for countless years, was actually plotted against by lowly beings like humans. This was hard for him to accept. Purple Sun illuminates the heavens. Five elements reincarnation / one hand annihilating the heavens. Heavenly the Arch Ziyang, the five elements Heavenly the Arch, and the unaging demon child all unleashed their ultimate killing moves at Demon Emperor Kang extermination. Without any suspense, Demon Emperor Kang destruction was directly blasted into pieces by these three ferocious fellows. Even his demon weapon was shattered. At this moment, a ball of demonic light wrapped around Demon Emperor Kang Destruction's primordial spirit and soared into the sky, trying to escape. Swish! A five-colored blade light flashed by and directly annihilated Demon Emperor Kang Destruction's primordial spirit in the void. This, in Celestial City, countless humans were shocked to the extreme when they saw this scene. The Demon Emperor of a generation was annihilated just like that. It was as if they were in a dream. The death of Demon Emperor Kang Destruction was felt by the heavenly Tao. Outside Celestial City, the weather actually changed. Chilly winds howled, demonic blood sprinkled from the sky, and demonic aura filled every inch of the void. My two friends, follow me back to the city. Meng Tian invited Heavenly Emperor Ziyang and the unaging demon child. Heavenly Emperor Ziyang and the unaging demon child nodded, and the three of them returned to Celestial City. The news of Demon Emperor Kang Destruction's death quickly spread throughout the Prime Devil realm. What? Demon Emperor Kang Destruction is dead? How is this possible? He is one of the oldest demon emperors in the Prime Devil realm. Two quasi-supremes appeared in the human race? Demon Emperor Kang Destruction was besieged and killed by the human race's emperors? Countless demons in the Prime Devil realm were extremely shocked. The death of Demon Emperor Kang Destruction and the sudden emergence of two human race's emperors. These two pieces of news were not good news for the demons. Moreover, with the death of Demon Emperor Kang Destruction, there was one less Demon Emperor among the 7 Demon Emperors in the Prime Devil Realm, and there were only 6 Demon Emperors left. As a veteran Demon Emperor Kang Destruction, Demon Emperor Kang Destruction's territory was extremely vast, and he had the best resources. Such a huge piece of meat made everyone jealous. The other 6 Demon Emperors also temporarily put down their pursuit of the human race, and decided to divide the piece of meat left by Demon Emperor Kang Destruction first. This way, the human race had a chance to catch a breather. At this time, no one noticed that a young man in black had crossed over and entered the original Devil Realm. The young man who crossed into the Prime Devil Realm suddenly had a look of joy on his face. They are actually here. The young man was surprised and delighted. However, very quickly, he frowned. The smell of blood in this world was too strong. The area that his divine consciousness covered was filled with corpses, and the entire world was shrouded in a gloomy fog. The young man in black was one of Ji Fei's clones. Although it was just a clone, it was the clone of an eternal level expert. Even an extreme Dao supremacy might not be able to suppress this clone of Ji Fei. Ji Fei's clone took a step forward and disappeared into the void. At this moment, in the primogenitor's realm, Ji Fei's real body suddenly opened his eyes. In front of him, a wheel floated. This was the famous Wheel of Heavens and Realms. Ji Fei's clone could enter the Prime Devil Realm because of the Wheel of Heavens and Realms. Finally found it. Ji Fei withdrew his other clones, and then let out a long sigh. Yarrow Yu, Red Dragon, Heavenly Emperor Ziyang, and the unaging demon child were all in that world. After finding them, Ji Fei had nothing to worry about. He could leave the myriad heavens and realms and enter the eternal world. Now, the eternal world was his goal. This is a demon world. Ji Fei's clone appeared in the sky above a city that had been turned into ruins. There were many demon shadows in the ruins. I will perish together with you demon bastards. All of a sudden, a human cultivator drenched in blood leaped up from the ground and caught a devil in his arms. Boom. Chapter 4671. In the dilapidated city, the stench of blood filled the air. There were corpses everywhere in the city. Everyone in the city had been killed. There were also demon shadows walking around in the city. These demons were checking if there were any survivors. The demons wanted to annihilate the human race. However, with a loud bang, a survivor suddenly rushed out from his hiding place. He hugged a demon and self-destructed, dying together with it. When Ji Fei's incarnation saw this, he couldn't help but be shocked and furious. He didn't expect the human race to have such a low status in the elemental devil world. They were actually massacred. There's one more. At this moment, Ji Fei's incarnation was finally discovered by the demons. In just an instant, 11 demons appeared around him. Each of these demons had the cultivation of an almighty. In front of Ji Fei's incarnation, these guys couldn't even be considered as ants. Scram. Ji Fei's incarnation didn't even look at these demons. Haha, little fella, you actually told us to scram? The leader of the demons laughed. Is it funny? Ji Fei's incarnation smiled. I'm laughing at how you still don't know when you're about to die. The leader of the demons sneered. I don't even know how many humans like you we've killed in the past. The other devil race expert laughed sinisterly. Why do you want to attack the human race? Ji Fei's incarnation was very curious. There were demons in the human world and heavenly world too. The demons in the primogenitor world were originally even stronger. They even had an eternal level demon. However, even so, the demons in these worlds didn't dare to wantonly slaughter the human race. Hihi, seeing that you're about to die, there's no harm in telling you. Our old ancestor feels that the human race doesn't need to continue existing, so he wants to purge the entire elemental devil world of the human race. The leader of the demons sneered. I see. The voice of Ji Fei's incarnation turned cold. Did he think that the human race didn't need to continue existing, so he wanted to destroy all the humans in this world? Now I feel that the demons in this world don't exist anymore. What should I do? Ji Fei's avatar suddenly grinned at the leading demons. What? The leader of the devils was startled when he heard this. In the next moment, he saw the human youth in black raise his right hand and point at him. Pu. Blood splattered everywhere. The leader of the demons clearly saw his opponent make a move and point a finger at him, but all he could do was watch helplessly as his opponent killed him with a single finger. The leader of the demons fell from the sky. What? When the other demons caught sight of this, they were scared out of their wits. The leader of the demons was their boss. His cultivation state was at the pinnacle of the ultimate being realm. To think that he would be killed by a single finger from this human youth was simply too strong. The demons only had one thought in their minds, and that was to escape as far as they could. Swoosh. Without any prior agreement, the dozen or so demons turned around and fled at the same time. Moreover, they fled in different directions. Do you think you can escape? The human youth's lazy voice was the soul-snatching voice of these demons. Gu Fei's incarnation didn't even need to move his finger. A sword gleam shot out from his body. The sword gleam flashed. Those devils who were fleeing for their lives directly fell from the sky. None of them could escape. Too weak. You want to destroy the human race with just this? Gu Fei's incarnation was speechless. He pondered for a moment and headed toward the lair of the demons in the original devil realm. The lair of the demons was located in the original devil realm, where the demonic aura was the strongest, the Thousand Demons Mountain. Gu Fei's incarnation appeared at the peak of the Thousand Demons Mountain. Enemy attack! Enemy attack! The appearance of Gu Fei's incarnation caused a commotion in the surroundings of the Thousand Demons Mountain. Since ancient times, he was the first human to appear in the Thousand Demons Mountain. Moreover, Gu Fei's incarnation came very suddenly. Damn the human race! An old voice came from the depths of the Thousand Demons Mountain. Then, a demon hand reached out from the depths of the Thousand Demons Mountain, grabbing at Gu Fei's incarnation. TSK. Gu Fei's incarnation merely had a thought and an extremely sharp sword gleam shot out from his body. With a flash of the sword gleam, the demon hand that was grabbing at Gu Fei's incarnation was split into two and dissipated in the void. What? Who exactly are you? The demon in the depths of the Thousand Demons Mountain was indescribably shocked. Me? I'm someone who feels that the demons don't need to continue existing. Gu Fei's incarnation smiled and said, You want to destroy the demons? Are you crazy? You overestimate yourself. The old demon's voice continued. Noisy. With a thought from Gu Fei's incarnation, the sword gleam shot up into the sky. All the demons in the Thousand Demons Mountain raised their heads and stared at the sword gleam that shot up into the sky. In the next instant, the sword gleam suddenly split into countless sword gleams. After that, countless sword gleams descended from the sky. The earth-shattering sword light enveloped the entire myriad demon mountain. You dare! When the old demon in the depths of the Thousand Demons Mountain saw this scene, he was instantly shocked and enraged. As the sword gleams descended, countless demons in the Thousand Demons Mountain were directly slain by the sword gleams. With just this wave of attack, almost all the demons in the Thousand Demons Mountain were wiped out. Damn it! The old demon in the depths of the mountain leaped out. His gigantic body emitted strands of devil chi. His powerful devil might caused the entire heaven and earth to tremble. This was an ancient devil whose cultivation was about to break through to the extreme Tao realm. However, this ancient devil's cultivation had already reached its limit. This world was flawed and wasn't perfect. It was impossible for an extreme Tao paragon to be born. No matter how heaven-defying the living beings in this world were, they couldn't become extreme Tao paragons. Because the laws of heaven and earth in this world determined how strong the living beings in this world could become. Die. The ancient devil was enraged. He directly roared and attacked Gu Fei's incarnation. Gu Fei's incarnation helplessly shook his head and pointed out with his finger. Without any suspense, a bloody hole suddenly appeared in the forehead of the ancient devil that was attacking Gu Fei's incarnation. In the next instant, this ancient devil that had lived for an unknown period of time fell from the sky. He actually died just like that, killed by Gu Fei's incarnation in a single move. Ari. Overestimating yourself. Gu Fei's incarnation sighed. Countless sword gleams slaughtered the demons on the Thousand Demons Mountain. Very quickly, the countless demons in the entire Thousand Demons Mountain were wiped out by him. At this time, outside of Celestial City, the most elite army of demons in the entire original Devil Realm had gathered. These demons could launch an attack on Celestial City at any time. Chapter 4672. Gu Fei's clone descended upon the original Devil Realm. He realized that the original Devil Realm was a world of demons. Here, the demon Tao reigned supreme, and the demons were the rulers of the entire world. In the eyes of the demons, the other races were all inferior races that they could kill and exterminate at will. In the original Devil Realm, all the races had a tough life. They had to be on guard against the demons at all times. Bloody massacres would happen in the entire world from time to time. As for the human race, they had the largest population in the original Devil Realm. The human race was also a thorn in the side of the demons, and they wanted to exterminate the human race at all times. However, for countless years, even though the demons had launched several great purges against the human race still managed to survive tenaciously. In the original Devil Realm, the human race was an unkillable cockroach. However, things were different this time. The 7 great emperors of the demons had joined forces. This time, the demons were determined to exterminate the human race and the other races. After Gu Fei's clone destroyed a nest of the demons, he obtained quite a bit of information. You want to exterminate the human race? I'll destroy you first. Gu Fei's clone destroyed the Sky Demon Clan, one of the 7 great Demon Dao forces, and then rushed towards the ancestral land of another Demon Dao city. What? The human who destroyed the Sky Demon Clan is rushing towards us? The clan leader of the Dragon Demon Clan was so scared that he almost peed his pants. Have you found out where that person came from? The clan leader of the Dragon Demons roared at a scout lying on the ground beneath his throne. That person lay on the ground, shivering. What should we do? The clan leader of the Dragon Demons was also panicking. How about we surrender? An elder of the Dragon Demon Clan said. What? You want us to surrender to a lowly human? I'd rather die in battle than surrender. The higher-ups of the Dragon Demon Clan in the main hall were extremely agitated. They were the high and mighty demons. How could they surrender to that human? You fellows really think too highly of yourselves. At this moment, a voice suddenly rang in the minds of every elder of the Dragon Demon Clan in the main hall. What? This, every demonic dragon expert in the hall, including the patriarch of the demonic dragon clan, was shocked. Then, a figure abruptly appeared in the hall without any warning, as if he had been standing there quietly all along. Who are you? On the throne, the demon dragon clan's patriarch glared angrily at the black-robed youth. All the demonic dragon clan's experts in the hall stared nervously at the black-robed youngster. Some of them even secretly took out their Dao artifacts. Me? A human who wants to destroy all the demons. Gu Fei's incarnation stood with his hands behind his back and said with a faint smile. Although he was surrounded by enemies, he was still calm and collected. What exactly do you want? Lord Dragon Demons gritted his teeth. If he hadn't seen it with his own eyes, he wouldn't have dared to believe that this fella had wiped out the entire Sky Demon Clan single-handedly. The Sky Demon Clan was one of the 7 great demons of the original Demon Realm. The 7 great demons were the lightest demons of the original Demon Realm. Among the 7 great demons, there was a demon emperor holding down the fort. The demons were the strongest existences in the original Demon Realm. The ancient demon of the Sky Demon Clan was one of the strongest existences among the 7 great demon emperors of the demons. But now, the ancient demon had already received his bento box. Don't you know what I want to do? Gu Fei's incarnation looked at the Demon Dragon Clan's patriarch on the throne with a faint smile. The Demon Dragon Clan's patriarch's expression turned even uglier. Kill. Suddenly, an elder of the Demon Dragon Clan in the main hall leaped up and slashed at Gu Fei's incarnation with his saber. The dazzling saber light was so dazzling that no one could open their eyes. Smack. All the powerhouses of the Demon Dragon Clan stared at this scene with their mouths agape. All they saw was Gu Fei's incarnation snapping his fingers. Then, the elder who had attacked exploded into a mist of blood. Even the demonic saber in his hand shattered. All the powerhouses of the Demon Dragon clan sucked in a breath of cold air. This human was strong. Strong to an unimaginable extent. Since when did the human race have such an existence? Sigh. What's the point? Gu Fei's incarnation shook his head helplessly. Sir, the Demon Dragon clan is willing to surrender. The Demon Dragon clan's patriarch gritted his teeth and uttered these words. At this moment, no one dared to say no. We're willing to submit, the great elder of the Demonic Dragon clan said in a trembling voice. If they were to submit to this human, the Demonic Dragon clan would fall from their high and mighty thrones and be reduced to lowly slaves. Then show some sincerity. Gu Fei's incarnation said indifferently. Sincerity? The upper echelons of the Demon Dragon clan in the hall were confused. Go and destroy the Black Demon clan. Gu Fei's incarnation swept his gaze across the crowd and said. What? The people of the Demon Dragon clan were stunned. This guy actually wanted them to attack the Black Demon clan? The Black Demon clan was also one of the 7 great demon clans. Moreover, the Black Demon clan had produced many great demons. In terms of overall strength, the Black Demon clan was even stronger than the Demon Dragon clan. Can't do it. Then what's the point of keeping you around? Gu Fei's incarnation was getting impatient. Yes, Master, we'll do it right away. The Demon Dragon clan's patriarch hurriedly gave the order. Soon, an army was assembled and launched an attack on the ancestral land of the Black Demon clan. Enemy attack. Some people roared and some banged the bell. The sound of the bell spread far and wide. The originally quiet depths of the mountain instantly became lively. Dragon Demon's patriarch, have you gone mad? The patriarch of the Black Demon clan roared at the Dragon Demon's patriarch. Surrender, live, or die. At this moment, a voice reverberated between heaven and earth and reached the ears of every Black Demon clan member. You want us to surrender? Only if we die. An elder of the Black Demon clan roared. Then you can go to hell. The voice of Gu Fei's incarnation rang out again. Damn it. That person was enraged and directly attacked Gu Fei's incarnation. Bam! Without any suspense, that person directly exploded into a cloud of blood mist and completely disappeared into the void. Seeing this scene, all the demons were stunned. An elder of the Black Demon clan died just like that. None of the demons dared to believe it. What's going on? All the demons were scared out of their wits. At this time, countless demons from the Demon Dragon clan and the Black Demon clan were fighting. People kept falling from the sky, and the ground had become a charaba. The purpose of Gu Fei's incarnation was simple, to destroy the demons. However, he did not necessarily want to kill them all. Since the demons could exist, it proved that there was a need for demons to exist. Chapter 4673. In the elemental demon realm, the allied forces of the 7 major demons had surrounded the last stronghold of the humans, Celestial City. However, no one would have thought that when the allied forces of the demons achieved victory after victory and forced the humans into a desperate situation, their backyard would be on fire. First, the old lair of the Ash Demon clan was destroyed. Even the Ash Demon Emperor had to receive a bento box. Then, the Ash Demon clan and the Black Demon clan actually started fighting each other. This was too strange. One must know that the 7 major demons had always had a good relationship with each other. Otherwise, the 7 major demons wouldn't have formed an allied force to attack the humans and other races. Very soon, the allied forces outside Celestial City received the news that a human powerhouse was taking action. He first eliminated the Ash Demon clan, then forced the Ash Demon clan to surrender. Then, he ordered the Ash Demon clan to attack the Black Demon clan. At this time, the Ash Demon clan and the Dragon Demon clan were fighting. Outside Celestial City, the Ash Demon clan and the Dragon Demon clan were also fighting. Gu Fei's incarnation no longer cared about the war between the Ash Demon clan and the Dragon Demon clan. To him, this was just a game. Otherwise, if he wanted to eliminate the demons of the elemental demon realm, he wouldn't have to waste so much effort. He could just directly eliminate them. Ji Yufei's incarnation was the incarnation of an eternal sovereign. The combat power of his incarnation was definitely not inferior to an extreme-grade sovereign. In the elemental demon realm, a world without an extreme-grade sovereign, Ji Yufei's incarnation was truly an invincible existence that could sweep across the entire realm. With just a thought, he had already teleported to the vicinity of Celestial City. At this time, in Celestial City, the unaging demon child, Heavenly Emperor Ziyang, the Crimson Dragon, and the Jade Moon were all attending the welcoming banquet hosted by the celestial ruler of 5 elements. With the addition of the unaging demon child and Heavenly Emperor Ziyang, the current Celestial City was even more impregnable. Moreover, they had even joined hands to kill a commander of the demon race allied army, the Demon Emperor Kang Extermination, outside the Celestial City. In fact, the Demon Emperor was also from the Ash Demon clan. However, after he became the Heavenly Emperor, he separated from the Ash Demon clan and formed his own faction. They really know how to enjoy themselves. When Ji Yufei's incarnation sensed that his 2 disciples were having a feast in the City Lord's mansion. "Come see me immediately." Ji Yufei's incarnation sent a voice transmission to Crimson Dragon, Yarrow Yu, and the others who were feasting. They were all startled by the voice that suddenly appeared in their minds. "It's Master, Master is here." They were very familiar with Ji Yufei's voice. Even the unold demon child and Heavenly Emperor Purple Sun were extremely excited. In the next moment, the 4 of them disappeared in the void, leaving the City Lord residence with the teleportation technique. The 5-element Celestial Emperor couldn't help being startled when he saw the unaging demon child and the others vanish in an instant. The others were even more dumbstruck. "You two, go and fight." Ji Yufei's incarnation directly threw Red Dragon and Yarrow Yu into the battlefield between the Demonic Dragon clan and the Black Demon clan. The unold demon child and Heavenly Emperor Ziyang, on the other hand, were kneeling at the feet of Ji Yufei's clone. "Greetings, Master." The 2 cried tears of joy. They could finally leave this damned place. "Master," Red Dragon and Yarrow Yu were inexplicably shocked to appear in the battlefield of the demons. "Let's fight. Let me see what you've got." Ji Yufei's incarnation's voice resounded in their minds. "Yes, Master." Red Dragon and Yarrow Yu were extremely excited. They didn't expect their master to actually come to find them. Boom! An earth-shattering explosion suddenly erupted. The mountains shook violently as if doomsday had arrived. Several peaks immediately collapsed, sending rocks flying. It was a tremendous scene. An ancient demon saint appeared in the battlefield, his demonic might overwhelming. "Kill." Seeing this, Red Dragon and Yarrow Yu immediately charged forward. The saints of the righteous and evil paths started a fierce battle. The demonic aura on the ancient demon saint's body surged violently, covering a part of the sky and plunging it into darkness. However, in the next moment, countless sparks appeared from within the demonic aura. Pillars of fire broke through the surging demonic aura and shot out, restoring light to the world. 2 figures moved quickly in the sky, unleashing many powerful divine skills that could shake the world. Red Dragon's entire body emitted a monstrous divine fire. Endless fire chi swept away the demonic aura and fought against the ancient demon saint of the demons. The auras of the 2 great experts were like mountains, causing people to have the urge to look up. Even the creatures that were several kilometers away from the battlefield felt the powerful auras of the 2 peerless experts. They couldn't help but feel a trace of fear in their hearts, feeling like they were as small as ants in front of them. The earth-shattering aura emitted by the 2 peerless experts caused the battles in this area to temporarily stop. Countless demons were horrified. At the same time, Yarrow Yu also faced another ancient demon saint. It was a middle-aged ancient demon saint. He was wearing a black robe, and his sideburns were a little white. He was tall and slender, and his eyes were deep and sharp. It wasn't a rare thing for a demon race powerhouse to take human form and walk the world. The appearance of this middle-aged man caused Yarrow Yu to feel threatened. She could feel a dangerous aura coming from him. This man was like an unsheathed divine weapon, giving off a cold feeling of being pressed against the edge of a blade. The middle-aged man's demonic aura was vast and mighty, and the surrounding temperature suddenly dropped. The undisguised murderous aura from him made Yarrow feel as if she had fallen into a pool of ice water. Very good. Yarrow's blood began to boil. Human saint. The middle-aged man did not waste any time. He opened his mouth and spat at Yarrow. A beam of demonic light immediately shot out from his mouth towards Yarrow. Spitting out sword light? The sword demon technique? When Yarrow saw the middle-aged man in front of her spit out a cold demonic light, she was immediately startled. Yarrow was surprised that the ancient demon saint cultivated in the sword doctrine. Yarrow did not think twice. She immediately used the 8 desolation steps and retreated like a phantom. Cultivators who cultivated in the sword doctrine were known for their powerful combat abilities. This ancient demon saint was definitely a demon sword saint. Yarrow's silhouette moved rapidly in the air. The middle-aged demon sword saint controlled the demon sword that transformed into sword light and chased after her. Wherever the sword light passed, trees would be chopped into 2 by the sword light and fall to the ground, emitting loud noises. Countless withered branches and withered leaves on the ground were stirred up. Why is there such an expert in the sword doctrine among the demons? Yarrow really couldn't understand. She used the 8 desolate steps and dodged the demonic sword lights. At the same time, a powerful sword Dao power erupted from her body. You also cultivate in the sword doctrine? Chapter 4674. As soon as Jiyu Fei's incarnation arrived, he threw Red Dragon and Yarrow into the battlefield where the demonic dragon clan and the black demon clan were fighting. Their appearance directly caused the demons from both camps to attack them at the same time. Yarrow was facing an ancient demon saint, and this ancient demon saint cultivated the sword Dao, which surprised Yarrow greatly. At this time, the demonic clouds shrouded a part of the region, and the demonic chi on the battlefield was vast and mighty. Many ominous demons were fighting in the sky, killing their way into the demonic clouds. Yarrow and Red Dragon were fighting with their respective opponents. This time, they met their opponents, and their opponents were not bad. Roar. Suddenly, a demonic roar came from the depths of the ancestral land of the Black Demon Clan. Rolling sound waves came from the depths of the ancestral land of the Black Demon Clan, spreading out mightily. Suddenly, demonic shadows fell from the sky like meteors. The whole world shook, and some demon Dao experts in the almighty realm were directly roared down from the sky by this demonic roar. So powerful. Everyone stopped fighting, including Red Dragon and Yarrow. All of them looked towards the depths of the ancestral land of the Black Demon Clan. Black demonic chi gushed out from the ancestral land of the Black Demon Clan like a geyser, soaring into the sky, majestic power converging. Rumble, pitch-black demonic lightning fell from the sky, tearing the void, as terrifying as the end of the world. Boom, boom, boom. Shocking sounds of impact came from the ancestral land of the Black Demon Clan, and the entire mountain range trembled under the bombardment. Everyone was extremely nervous. Pitch-black demonic light, like the light of destruction, constantly rushed out from the ancestral land of the Black Demon Clan. Ominous demons cannot come out. Demons will cause chaos in the world, people will be plunged into misery and suffering, we cannot let them succeed. The faces of the demonic dragon clan's demons were extremely unsightly. Ha, our old ancestor is coming out of seclusion. The people of the Black Demon Clan were surprised and overjoyed. It seemed that the Black Demon Clan was about to rise. Rumble, thunderclaps shook the heavens, and the demonic clouds in the sky suddenly flashed with lightning and rumbled with thunder. A demonic hammer directly appeared in the sky above the demonic clouds, growing to the size of a mountain, emitting tens of thousands of demonic lightning bolts and bombarding the ancestral land of the Black Demon Clan below. The world seemed as if it was about to shatter. Roar. A furious roar came from the depths of the Black Demon Clan's ancestral land. Then, a blood-colored demonic light rushed out from the depths of the ancestral land and directly collided with the demonic hammer descending from the sky. Boom. With a loud bang, the devil hammer that was descending from the sky was blasted away and disappeared without a trace. At the same time, a giant black hand rushed out from the depths of the Black Demon Clan's ancestral land and attacked the group of demons in the sky. Just as the dozens of demonic dragon clan powerhouses on the cloud were about to be smashed to smithereens by the demonic hand, a 1,000-meter-tall demonic figure emerged from the demonic cloud and threw a punch at the incoming demonic hand. The gigantic fist was like a small mountain. With a single punch, the void seemed as though it was going to collapse. A sneer rang out as the fist and palm collided. The demonic hand that had shot out from the depths of the Black Demon Clan's ancestral land dissipated in the void. As for the demonic dragon clan expert, he was sent flying thousands of miles away by the demonic hand. A figure shrouded in demonic chi appeared high up in the sky, overlooking the world. Ancestor? The Black Demon Clan couldn't help but be pleasantly surprised when they saw the middle-aged man. Their ancestor had come out of seclusion. Damn it. The demonic dragon clan's demons saw that the situation was not good and wanted to flee. No one can leave. All of you will die. The Black Demon Clan's ancestor roared and attacked. He opened his mouth and inhaled. Endless demonic aura converged towards him from all directions. What made people's scalps tingle was that the countless demons of the demonic dragon clan had demonic chi rushing out from their bodies. Their life force was rapidly draining away. Soon, the weaker demonic dragon clan's clansmen turned into dried corpses. Their essence, chi, and soul were completely devoured by the Black Demon Clan's ancestor. Even the almighty demon's life force was uncontrollably devoured by the Black Demon Clan's ancestor and turned into his power. Go to hell. At that moment, the demonic clouds that hadn't been dispersed seemed to ignite and emitted endless black light. It was like a heaven-burning demonic fire, burning the void and distorting it. All the demonic clouds rapidly converged towards the center, revealing a demonic formation. The demonic formation's power seemed to have reached its limit at this moment. Trapped in the demonic formation, the Black Demon Clan's ancestor continued to devour the other demon's yuan chi without stopping. Boom! The demonic formation suddenly collapsed, and terrifying demonic power surged out in all directions. The Black Demon Clan's ancestor devoured the yuan chi in a frenzy. Even the demonic formation couldn't withstand it and collapsed. The Black Demon Clan's ancestor was even less polite. He frantically devoured the surrounding spiritual chi in an attempt to break through the shackles of cultivation and become an extreme-grade sovereign. However, this world simply couldn't give birth to an extreme-grade sovereign. The Black Demon Clan's ancestors' actions were destined to be in vain. Soon, the demonic dragon clan's clansmen were all dead. They all received their bento boxes. No one had expected that the demonic dragon clan would be completely annihilated. Even their clan lord was nearly finished. The Black Demon Clan's ancestor was truly too ruthless. The two of you can actually ignore my devouring power. The Black Demon Clan's ancestor targeted the Crimson Dragon and Jade Moon. Oh no! At this time, through the dazzling light art, the unaging demon child and Heavenly Emperor Purple Sun who were watching the Crimson Dragon and Jade Moon's trial could no longer sit still. The strong bullying the weak, is it? The Crimson Dragon said coldly. I am indeed the strong bullying the weak, so what? The Black Demon Clan's ancestor grinned. You, the Crimson Dragon and Jade Moon were both shocked and furious. Master, quickly come and save us. The Crimson Dragon suddenly shouted at the top of his lungs. No one in this world can save you guys. You guys better save some strength. The Black Demon Clan's ancestor was very confident. Is that so? Right at this time, a voice suddenly sounded out behind the Black Demon Clan's ancestor. What? The Black Demon Clan's ancestor's shock was truly no small matter. He shut himself in a closed seclusion area. He would not easily exit seclusion until his cultivation was accomplished. He originally thought that he was already invincible under the heavens. However, at this time, he broke out in cold sweat. The other party came behind him, and he actually did not notice it. If the other party wanted to ambush him, there was absolutely an 80% chance of success just now. In other words, if the other party wanted to kill him just now, it was simply incomparably easy. He turned around abruptly, only to see a black-clothed youth currently looking at him with a grin. Who are you? The Black Demon Clan's ancestor stared at Gu Fei's incarnation and said in a deep voice. You won't know even if I tell you. Come over, kowtow and apologize, and I'll spare you. Gu Fei's incarnation said. What? Chapter 4675. No one would have thought that the black demon race actually had an old ancestor sleeping in their ancestral land. The battle between the demonic dragon race and the black demon race had awakened this ancestor of the black demon race. The birth of a peerless demon was earth-shattering. Demonic energy spread for hundreds of thousands of miles, and the entire region seemed to have turned from day to night. The black demon ancestor was strong, truly strong. He was countless times stronger than the demon emperor of the demonic dragon race. This was a demon that was infinitely close to the extreme Tao. Even the ageless demon child, even Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang would not be able to survive against this demon. If there were no accidents, the black demon ancestor was enough to sweep through the entire origin demon realm. Only now did the demonic dragon race and other demons realize that the black demon race was the strongest demons in the origin demon realm. However, the black demon ancestor was very unhappy because of an accident like Gu Fei's clone. Originally, Gu Fei's clone wouldn't have appeared in the origin demon realm. It was all because of Gu Fei's sudden impulse that he wanted to find his lost disciple. That was why he came here, even though it was not his true body. Although it wasn't his real body, did it make a difference to the black demon ancestor? Kowtow and apologize, and I'll spare you. Gu Fei's clone stood in the sky with his hands behind his back, looking down at the black demon ancestor. Who the hell do you think you are? You want me to kowtow and apologize to you? The black demon ancestor was infuriated by Gu Fei's clone. Wrong, it's kowtowing and apologizing to my two disciples. Gu Fei's clone corrected him. What did you say? The black demon ancestor suspected that his ears were playing tricks on him. This guy actually wanted him to kowtow and apologize to his two disciples. Kowtow and apologize to these two ant-like little fellows? The black demon ancestor laughed in anger. Die, all of you. The black demon ancestor roared. The next moment, endless demonic fire erupted from his body, instantly sweeping through the sky and earth. Some demons that couldn't dodge in time were directly enveloped by the demonic fire. They didn't even have time to scream before they were burned to ashes. Sigh. Why bother? I hate fighting and killing the most. Gu Fei's avatar shook his head helplessly. Then, with a snap of his fingers, everything in the world came to a standstill. Even time stopped flowing. Everything was under his control. At this moment, he was the supreme ruler of this still world. He walked forward step by step. Everywhere he passed, the demonic flames would split apart. He walked in front of the black devil primogenitor. Then, he stretched out his right hand and lightly tapped the center of the black demon progenitor's brows. In the next moment, the black demon progenitor turned into dust. At the same time, the still world began to move. With the death of the black devil primogenitor, the monstrous demonic fire also dissipated in the void, as if it had never appeared. This, the crimson dragon and Yarrow you felt like they were dreaming. In just an instant, the peerless ferocious black devil ancestor was finished. That was a ferocious devil that was infinitely close to the extreme Tao realm. Master was too awesome. Master, what realm are you in now? Yarrow you asked curiously. At this moment, the unold demon child and Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang arrived. Where's that old devil? The unold demon child and Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang were stunned. This is just a clone of mine. Gu Fei's clone said indifferently. What? The crimson dragon and Yarrow you were stunned. This was just a clone of Master. A clone was already so strong. If his real body descended, wouldn't he be able to destroy the entire prime devil world with a raise of his hand? Mars. Master, the unold demon child and Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang hurriedly bowed to Gu Fei's clone. All right, bring the two of them to destroy the other demons. Gu Fei's clone said and disappeared in the void. Yes, Master. The unold demon child and Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang hurriedly accepted the order. After destroying the demons, come find me at the peak of Prime Devil Mountain. The voice of Gu Fei's clone sounded in the void. Yes, everyone accepted the order. Prime Devil Mountain was the #1 mountain in the Prime Devil world. It wasn't a land without a master. It was the nest of the strongest demons among the 7 prime devil demons, the heaven-mixing demons. The heaven-mixing demons were said to be innate demons born from heaven and earth. Before this world was formed, the heaven-mixing demons already existed. However, it was a pity that even though the heaven-mixing demons were the oldest demons in the prime devil world, their ancestor still couldn't become an extreme true demon. After Jiu Fei's clone destroyed the Black Devil ancestor, he directly teleported and appeared at the peak of Prime Devil Mountain. On the peak of Prime Devil Mountain, there were many powerful demons cultivating in seclusion. This place gathered the largest and purest demonic essence chi in the entire Prime Devil world. However, the arrival of Jiu Fei's clone didn't alarm any demons. Even the strongest ancient devil couldn't sense his existence. As long as Jiu Fei's clone didn't want these demons to see him, even if he stood in front of them, they wouldn't be able to see him. He directly sat at the peak of Prime Devil Mountain. At this time, the entire Prime Devil world was in chaos. The allied forces of the 7 demons were breached, and the human army of Celestial City killed their way out. The human army directly defeated the allied forces of the demons with an overwhelming momentum. The human army followed up their victory and defeated the allied forces of the demons. Countless demons' corpses were strewn all over the field. Since ancient times, in the elemental devil realm, only the devil race had tortured and killed humans and other races. This was because the devil race saw humans as food. In the elemental devil realm, it was very normal for the devil race to eat humans. However, everything had changed now. The demons who originally stood at the top of the food chain, the demons who had ruled the prime devil world for countless years, were actually defeated. Moreover, they were defeated thoroughly and miserably. The humans who had been ruled and oppressed for countless years had finally turned the tables. This was a major event that was enough to be recorded in the annals of human history in the prime devil world. The miserable fate of humans in the prime devil world had finally been rewritten. At this time, the unaging demon child and heavenly emperor Purple Sun joined hands with the celestial emperor of Celestial City's 5 elements. They led the human army and went straight for the heavenly tiger demon's lair, the heavenly tiger city. The heavenly tiger demons were in existence second only to the heaven-mixing demons among the 7 demons in the prime devil world. They were incomparably powerful and ruled over an incomparably vast territory. The army dispatched by the heavenly tiger demons was also defeated by the human army outside the celestial city. Many experts of the heavenly tiger demons fled back to the heavenly tiger city. The current Tianhu city had 3 layers inside and 3 layers outside, and the defense was like an iron bucket. If the human army wanted to break through this ancient city, they would inevitably have to pay a heavy price. Moreover, it was hard to say whether they could break through or not. Very soon, the human army arrived at the city under the leadership of the 3 great human emperors and directly confronted the demons of the heavenly tiger city. When the 3 great human emperors attacked at the same time, the leader of the heavenly tiger demons became restless. He hurriedly wrote a letter to the heaven-mixing demons asking for help. The 7 demons were of the same breath and branch. If they were defeated one by one, the 7 demons would face the danger of being completely exterminated. The human army didn't attack the city immediately. Instead, they set up camp outside the city. When the heaven-mixing demons received the letter for help from the heavenly tiger demons, they immediately dispatched an army to reinforce the heavenly tiger city. Chapter 4676. In the elemental devil realm, the allied forces of humans and other races surrounded the heavenly tiger city of the heavenly tiger demons. At this time, among the 7 great demons of the original devil realm, the Black Demon Clan, the Dragon Demon Clan, and the Sky Demon Clan had already been dealt with by the human army. Apart from some minor demons, the other higher-ups and powerhouses of the 3 major demons of the original devil realm had all been eliminated. The remaining minor demons were no longer a threat to the human race. The news spread and shook the entire prime devil realm. The other demons were all dumbfounded. Since when did humans have such great power? One had to know that the Black Demon Clan and any other demons were not to be trifled with. They were not weaklings that could be easily gnawed on. Moreover, the human clan's army was like a hot knife through butter. Now that they had killed their way to the heavenly tiger demon's lair, the heavenly tiger city. The entire heaven tiger demons were in danger because the three great emperors of the human race had appeared outside the heaven tiger city at the same time. It was obvious that they were going to destroy the heaven tiger demons. The heaven tiger demons had already sent out a request for help to the other demons. Soon, they received a response from the other demons. The other demons sent an army straight to heaven tiger city. In particular, the heaven mixing demons, known as the number 1 demons in the original devil realm, also sent an army to heaven tiger city. This was an army sent by the strongest demons. Known as the strongest demons, the heaven mixing demons army was the heaven mixing demon army that everyone in the primordial devil realm feared. The leader of this army was a holy venerate great demon whose cultivation was infinitely close to a quasi-supremacy. As long as the quasi-supreme demon emperor didn't appear, the leader of the heaven-mixing demon army would be able to sweep through the entire original devil realm. Interesting. Are they planning to work together and wipe out the entire human race? Gu Fei's incarnation, who was sitting cross-legged on the peak of Prime Devil Mountain, smiled. His divine will enveloped the entire Prime Devil realm. He discovered that the heaven-mixing devil army and the other 2 demons were actually surrounding the human army outside Heaven Tiger City. Let's see how Old Demon Child and the others are going to resolve this crisis. Gu Fei's clone had no intention of making a move. Oh no, we're surrounded. Soon, the Unold Demon Child and the others sensed the arrival of the 3 armies of demons. The 3 armies of demons formed a triangular formation and surrounded the human army. Each army had no less than 100,000 demons. Those guys are going all out. The 5 elements' great emperor's expression grew grave. So what? Our human race is destined not to lose. Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang said disapprovingly. Then let's go all out and fight. The Unold Demon Child said solemnly. Besides the 3 emperors, only Crimson Dragon and Yarrow Yu had the qualifications to enter the main tent. They knew where the Unold Demon Child and Heavenly Emperor Purple Yang's confidence came from. With their master secretly helping them, it would be difficult for the human race to lose. We'll deal with whatever comes our way. We'll fight it out with them. The 5 Elements' great emperor was also a ruthless character. Otherwise, he wouldn't have protected the human race for so many years. Set the formation. Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang and the Unold Demon Child took out a formation diagram and walked out of the main tent. They started measuring the mountains and rivers, setting up the 5 Elements killing formation. The 5 Elements' great emperor watched from the side, shocked beyond belief. He hadn't expected that Tao patterns could be used like this. In the origin demon realm, formations and whatnot were still in a primitive state. Although a few formations had appeared, they were all elementary ones. The origin demon realm's formation Tao was still in its infancy. The human formation Tao, on the other hand, had evolved to a very high level. The instant the 5 Elements killing formation that Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang and the Unold Demon Child set up took shape, a shocking killing intent shot into the sky. What's going on? The leaders of the 3 armies of demons sensed the killing intent and were all shocked. It's coming from the human race. Mo Wutian, the leader of the heaven-mixing demons army, looked in the direction of the human army with a grave expression. The leader of the Demon Sparrow army felt a vague sense of unease, as if something bad was about to happen. In another direction, the leader of the Demon Ape army was also a little restless. Fortunately, the 3 armies of demons didn't attack the human army immediately. Otherwise, it would be hard to say who would win. But now, the Unold Demon Child and the others had set up a 5 Elements killing formation and were just waiting for the demons to attack. The human army had already opened up a pocket and was waiting for the demons to dig in. Not bad. Gu Fei's clone couldn't help but nod when he sensed this. The Unold Demon Child and Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang were both quasi-sovereigns. Given their cultivation, setting up a 5 Elements killing formation wasn't difficult at all. What a powerful formation. The 5 Elements' great emperor was a native of the origin demon realm. Never in his wildest dreams would he have imagined that a formation could be so powerful. The moment the 5 Elements killing formation took shape, it immediately drew upon the power of the 5 elements in the world. The formation's power kept increasing. Soon, the power of the formation was enough to threaten a quasi-supreme great emperor. Kill. Not long after the 5 elements killing formation was set up, a loud roar came from Heavenly Tiger City. An army of Heavenly Tiger demons charged out. The great battle had finally begun. Countless winged demonic tigers rushed out of the wide-open city gates. Every single one of them was incredibly powerful, and they flew and ran very quickly. At the same time, the armies of the other 3 armies of demons also attacked the human army. In an instant, the entire region was filled with battle cries. "Formation, rise!" shouted the unold demon child, who was sitting cross-legged in the eye of the 5 elements killing formation. In the next moment, countless formation runes appeared in the void. Boom! The Heavenly Tiger army that charged out of the Heavenly Tiger City crashed into the 5 elemental killing formation. In the next moment, the 5 elemental killing formation was activated, and countless sharp metal energy turned into countless sword shadows that pierced towards the Heavenly Tiger army. One after another, the Heavenly Tiger demons fell from the sky like dumplings. What, in Heavenly Tiger City, the leader of the Heavenly Tiger demons almost vomited blood when he saw this scene. More than half of the 100,000 Heavenly Tiger demons were lost in an instant. This made the leader of the Heavenly Tiger demons' heart bleed. The other 3 demons didn't have it easy either. The 3 armies also crashed into the 5 elements killing formation, and what awaited them was death. The 5 elements killing formation activated, harvesting the lives of countless demons. "What should we do?" Mo Wutian of the chaotic heaven demons roared. "Kill our way out." The demon soldiers of the demon sparrow race revealed their true forms. They all soared into the sky in an attempt to escape. However, the 5 elements killing formation enveloped an area. No matter how they flew, they couldn't escape. "TCH, you want to destroy my human race? With just you scum." When Crimson Dragon saw this scene, he burst into laughter. Chapter 4677. Outside the Heaven Tiger City, the huge 5 elements killing array was in operation. Inside the killing array, battle cries could be heard. Within the fire array, endless divine fire burned the demons in the array from all directions. In the next moment, countless demons were engulfed by the divine fire and turned into ashes in an instant. They were buried in the sea of fire. When the other demons saw this, they were scared out of their wits and rushed out of the array in a frenzy. However, it was easy to enter the killing array, but difficult to get out. The array changed, and the entrance ahead was replaced by divine fire. Seeing this, the leader of the Devil Sparrow demon army couldn't help but turn pale. This time, there was really no way out. At this moment, the leader of the Devil Sparrow demon army used an Emperor-level demonic weapon and opened up a huge light shield to protect the remaining subordinates. However, the divine fire was extremely powerful. It burned the light shield formed by the demonic weapon until it dimmed and the demonic patterns collapsed. It seemed like it couldn't hold on any longer. The leader of the Devil Sparrow demon army crushed the communication talisman in his hand and asked for help from the leader of the Devil Sparrow demon race. Meanwhile, the army of the Heaven Tiger demons, who were trapped in the metal element killing array, suffered countless casualties under the endless slashes of the sabers and swords. Only the leader of the Heaven Tiger demons and some generals could still hold on. The army of 100,000 Heaven Tiger demons was almost completely annihilated. The leader of the Heaven Tiger demons' heart was bleeding. This time, even if he could make it back alive, it would be a dead end. The Heaven Tiger demons were only left with 100,000 demons, and they were all destroyed in his hands. How could the leader let him go? He would definitely die with him. Damn it! The leader of the Heaven Tiger demons hated the human clan to the core. The human clan was too cunning to actually set up such a killing array. He was really careless. Not only was he careless, but the heaven-mixing demons were also careless. No one would have thought that a mere array would have such terrifying power. In the original Devil Realm, the array Dao was only in its infancy. However, the power of the killing array set up by the human clan was too terrifying. It could actually attract the power of the 5 elements, which was unprecedented. None of the major devil clans had ever seen such a powerful formation. The heaven-mixing demons were trapped in the earth array. The grayish earth elemental power covered the sky and covered the earth, burying countless heaven-mixing demons in the earth. Preposterous. If you have the guts, come out and fight. What kind of hero are you if you use such despicable methods? Mo Wu Tian roared. Haha, this is a scheme. What do you demon brats know? The Crimson Dragon's complacent voice resounded in the five elements killing formation. Do you dare to come out and fight? Mo Wu Tian gritted his teeth. TSK, your goading is useless against us. Red Dragon said in disdain. Damn it. Mo Wu Tian was about to go crazy. Rumble, after devouring the essence energy of countless demons, the five elements killing array's power kept rising. The power of the five elements intertwined, seemingly capable of destroying a part of the world. The demon's defeat was already destined. There was no high-level killing array like the five elements killing array in the original Devil Realm. Even if the leader of the chaotic heaven demons came personally, he wouldn't be able to break the array. Roar. At this moment, an angry roar came from the Heaven Tiger City. Then, a huge Heaven Tiger demon rushed out of the Heaven Tiger City. This Heaven Tiger demon turned into the size of a mountain and smashed towards the five elements killing formation. This Heaven Tiger demon wanted to break the formation with brute force. Not bad. A smart idea. Gu Fei's incarnation, who was sitting on the peak of the original Devil Mountain, nodded when he sensed this scene. The leader of the Heaven Tiger demons wasn't a fool after all. Of course, in the face of absolute strength, any formation could be broken. However, one must be strong enough to do so. If one's strength wasn't enough, the outcome would be tragic. Boom. The mountain-like Sky Tiger demon directly smashed into the light shield formed by the five elements killing formation. The violent impact caused the entire five elements killing formation to shake. However, the five elements killing formation wasn't broken just like that. Instead, the Heaven Tiger demon was sent flying. Rays of divine light rushed out from the killing formation and pierced through the huge body of the Heaven Tiger demon. Roar. The leader of the Heaven Tiger demons roared in anger. His body was pierced and he was bleeding profusely. His foundation was injured and it wouldn't be easy for him to recover. However, at this moment, a figure rushed out of the five elements killing formation with a sword. With a single slash, the head of the leader of the Heaven Tiger demons was chopped off. Our leader is dead. The Heaven Tiger demons of the Heaven Tiger City were stunned by this scene. Our leader was a demon emperor. How could he be killed just like that? With a kick, the figure sent the huge body of the leader of the Heaven Tiger demons flying towards the Heaven Tiger City. Boom. With a loud bang, the body of the leader of the Heaven Tiger demons smashed into the Heaven Tiger City. Dust flew in the air and more than half of the houses were smashed into pieces. The entire city was almost half ruined. Countless clansmen of the Heaven Tiger Devil race had been smashed to death by their clan lord. Their deaths were truly unjust. If one comes, I'll kill one. If a pair comes, I'll kill a pair. I don't believe that there are so many demon emperors in the prime devil realm. That person stood in the void with a sword in his hand. His murderous aura was shocking and his sword aura shot into the sky. This person was Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang. In fact, Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang hid his strength very well. His strongest trump card was his sword. His strongest Dao was the sword Dao. This guy, Gu Fei's incarnation, who was sitting cross-legged on the peak of the prime devil mountain, felt the sword aura that erupted from Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang and couldn't help but laugh. Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang's sword Dao was very different from Ling Er's sword Dao. It was firm but didn't have much murderous aura. It wasn't a sword Dao that focused on killing. This guy cultivated the fire sword Dao. His sword was like fire, unyielding and unstoppable. That was how he killed the leader of the Heaven Tiger demons. What a big tone! An old voice sounded, and a black shadow appeared silently in the sky. A pair of blood-red eyes stared fixedly at Heavenly the Arch Zi Yang. Brother Zi Yang, be careful. This is the chaotic Heaven Demon Lord. I didn't expect him to still be alive. The Five Elements Great Emperor's voice came from the Five Elements killing formation. TSK, He's just a quasi-supreme and he dares to call himself an ancestor? What a joke. Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang sneered. In the human realm or the heavenly realm, only extreme Tao Supremes were qualified to call themselves ancestors. A quasi-supreme dared to call himself an ancestor? Others would laugh their heads off. A small place is a small place indeed. Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang couldn't help but feel a sense of superiority. Little guy, how dare you be impudent in front of us? How do you want to die? Chapter 4678. The Heaven Chaos Evil Lord actually appeared. This caused everyone to be incomparably shocked. The Heaven Mixing Evil Lord was the ancestor of the Heaven Mixing Demons. He was the most ancient demon when the primordial devil realm was first formed. It seems like there are more than 7 demon emperors in the primordial devil realm. Above the 5 elements killing formation, Celestial the Arch Zi Yang looked coldly at the heaven-mixing evil lord and the old lady. Although the old lady looked kind, her true form was a devil sparrow. The devil sparrow race had been enemies with humans since ancient times and loved to devour them. You're actually still alive. The heaven-mixing evil lord stared at the old lady and said coldly, "Is this the ancestor of the devil sparrow race?" The devil ape race leader arrived. When he saw the heaven-mixing evil lord and the old lady, he was dumbfounded. These 2 antiques were still alive. What a joke. Hee, you're still alive. How can I bear to die? The old lady said coldly. Let's put our personal grudges aside for now. Let's solve the crisis in front of us first. The heaven-mixing evil lord stared at Celestial the Arch Zi Yang with murderous intent. All right. The old lady nodded. Greetings, seniors. The devil ape race leader hurried over to greet the 2. These 2 antiques were not to be trifled with. The devil ape race leader naturally didn't dare to slight them. Rumble, the 5 elements killing formation, under the control of the unold demon child, was still harvesting the lives of the demons trapped in the formation. The unold demon child definitely wouldn't go easy on the demons. After coming to the primordial devil realm, the unold demon child and the others saw how miserable the lives of humans were in the primordial devil realm. Some devil clans even kept humans in captivity as food, especially among the devil clan. Many devils liked to collect the souls of humans to refine devil tools. How could the unold demon child go easy on the demons? Still not stopping, the heaven-mixing evil lord glared at Celestial the Arch Zi Yang. Stop. Stop what? Celestial the Arch Zi Yang laughed. You're courting death. Evil Lord Chaos Heaven didn't want to talk nonsense. A demonic light rushed out from his body and blasted towards Heavenly the Arch Zi Yang. Within the demonic light was a demonic cauldron. This was the ultimate treasure of the chaotic heaven demons, the chaotic heaven demonic cauldron. The chaotic heaven demonic cauldron was an amazing demonic weapon. At least in the original devil realm, it was the #1 demonic weapon. This was because it was forged from chaotic demonic iron. If it weren't for the fact that the heavenly Tao of this world was flawed, the demonic cauldron would have long transformed into a demonic artifact of the ultimate path. I didn't expect there to be such a demonic artifact here. Sitting cross-legged on the peak of Prime Devil Mountain, Gu Fei's incarnation sensed the existence of the chaotic heaven demonic cauldron and couldn't help but feel a little surprised. The devil artifact was covered in dust. If this devil artifact appeared in the human realm or the heaven realm, it would probably attract the extreme Tao heavenly tribulation immediately. Looks like Zi Yang is out of luck. Gu Fei's incarnation sighed. Indeed, the moment the demonic cauldron appeared, Celestial the Arch Zi Yang was directly sent flying. The ferocious impact almost shattered a small half of his body. Chaotic heaven demonic cauldron? The old lady stared at the demonic cauldron floating in the void and narrowed her eyes. This was the #1 demonic artifact of the original devil realm. All the demons would be envious of it. Even the ancestor of the devil sparrow race couldn't help but be moved. Compared to the chaotic heaven demons, the devil sparrow race was also an ancient demon race that had been passed down for countless years. However, it was still not as ancient as the chaotic heaven demons. The devil sparrow race also had a demonic artifact known as the devil sparrow heavenly furnace. However, The power of the Devil Sparrow Heavenly Furnace was far inferior to the Chaotic Heaven Demonic Cauldron. This is the number one demonic artifact of the demons. The leader of the Devil Ape race stared at the demonic cauldron with greed in his eyes. Kill. The Chaotic Heaven Demonic Ancestor directly controlled the Chaotic Heaven Demonic Cauldron to attack the 5 elements killing formation below. Run. Celestial the Arch Ziyang roared. He didn't expect his opponent to have such a powerful demonic artifact. This power was probably infinitely close to the extreme Tao. In the next moment, 2 beams of divine light rushed out of the 5 elements killing formation. Boom! With a loud bang, the Chaotic Heaven Demonic Cauldron blasted against the 5 elements killing formation. Then, countless array patterns shattered in the void. This was absolute power, so powerful that it could destroy everything in the original demon realm. In the original demon realm, the heavenly Tao was incomplete. It was impossible for an extreme Tao level power to appear. Hence, the power of the Chaotic Heaven Demonic Cauldron was naturally the strongest power in the original demon realm. However, although the Chaotic Heaven Demonic Lord broke the 5 elements killing formation with a cauldron, the demons trapped in the 5 elements killing formation were unlucky. The 5 elements killing formation collapsed, and the power of the 5 elements erupted. The demons trapped in the 5 elements killing formation were directly crushed into pieces. Countless demons were destroyed in both body and soul. Old Chaotic Heaven, the old lady was furious. There were still many members of the Devil Sparrow race trapped in the formation. Now, there was no need to rescue them. They were all finished. There were also many powerhouses of the Devil Ape race trapped in the killing formation. Those powerhouses of the Devil Ape race had all received their bento boxes. However, the leader of the Devil Ape race didn't even dare to let out a fart. Soft-hearted. The Chaotic Heaven Demonic Lord was very disdainful. Wasn't it just a few members of his race? His race was also trapped inside, but didn't he show no mercy? Although the old lady was furious, her lips twitched. However, she didn't say anything. At this moment, everything within a radius of 1,000 miles was destroyed. The ground was sinking, and even the heavenly tiger city was affected. Cracks appeared one after another on the ancient city walls. Can you escape? The Chaotic Heaven Demonic Lord sneered. The Chaotic Heaven Demonic Cauldron released a resplendent demonic light. A terrifying demonic aura spread between the heavens and the earth. It was terrifying to the extreme. A heaven-devouring demonic power surged out of the Chaotic Heaven Demonic Cauldron. Heavenly the Arch Ziyang, the unaging demon child, the 5 elements celestial the Arch, and the others who were escaping felt their bodies tighten, and they flew back involuntarily. Heavenly the Arch Ziyang and the others were shocked. They had fled thousands of miles away, but they were still bound by the power of the Chaotic Heaven Demonic Cauldron. They flew towards the Chaotic Heaven Demonic Cauldron involuntarily. Master, save us. Heavenly the Arch Ziyang and the unaging demon child were scared out of their wits. If they were swallowed into that demonic cauldron, they would die without a doubt. Master? You guys still have a master? When the 5 elements celestial the Arch heard Heavenly the Arch Ziyang and the unaging demon child's words, he could not help getting a big shock. These 2 fellows were emperors. They actually still had a master. Wouldn't their master be even more impressive? Sigh. I originally wanted to have some peace and quiet. In the end, I still have to take action. The Gu phase incarnation sitting cross-legged at the peak of Prime Devil Mountain stood up helplessly. Swoosh. Gu phase incarnation took a step out and instantly vanished from the peak of Prime Devil Mountain. When he appeared again, he already arrived above Heavenly Tiger City. Another one coming to die. Collect for me. Chapter 4679. Even Gu Fei's clone hadn't expected that there would be such a powerful demonic weapon in the original demon realm. It was a demonic weapon that was infinitely close to the extreme path. Once it was activated, it could unleash unimaginable power. Even the killing formation of 5 elements set up by the immortal demon child and the others was destroyed by the Chaotic Sky Clan's supreme treasure, the Chaotic Sky Demonic Cauldron. At this moment, a huge cauldron floated in the air, and a terrifying force that could devour the heavens erupted from it and instantly enveloped them. The old demon child and the others immediately flew towards the demonic cauldron. So, Gu Fei's clone had no choice but to take action. However, the chaotic sky demonic lord actually wanted to take Gu Fei's clone into the cauldron as well. Gu Fei's clone laughed coldly, and then he punched the cauldron. Bam! The number one demonic weapon in the original demon realm, the chaotic sky demonic cauldron, was actually blasted away by a single punch from Gu Fei's clone. In an instant, not even a trace of the cauldron could be seen. The chaotic sky demonic lord was dumbfounded. This person actually blasted his chaotic sky demonic cauldron away with a single punch. The old demon sparrow ancestor and the master of the demonic ape race were horrified when they saw this. That was the number one demonic weapon, yet it was blasted away just like that. Meanwhile, the old demon child and the others managed to escape. Greetings, Master. The old demon child and Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang hurriedly knelt down towards Gu Fei's clone. This, the five elements celestial emperor, was stunned. The old demon child and Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang were both emperors of the human race, yet they were calling a black-clothed young man their master? Wasn't this person unimaginably strong if he could be the master of a human emperor? In the original demon realm, emperors were the strongest existences in the world. They had never heard of a realm above the emperor realm. Get up. Gu Fei's clone said indifferently. Yes, Master. The old demon child and Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang hurriedly stood up. How is this possible? At this moment, Chaos Heaven Evil Lord was shocked to the extreme. Even his voice was trembling. His greatest trump card had actually been sent flying by a casual punch. This was a reality that he found hard to accept. However, reality was reality. Whether he accepted it or not, it still existed. Who are you? The chaotic heaven evil lord stared at Gu Fei's incarnation and said coldly. Then, the chaotic heaven demonic cauldron that had been sent flying by Gu Fei's incarnation flew back to demon lord chaotic heaven from afar and landed back in his hands. With the chaotic heaven demonic cauldron in hand, evil lord chaotic heaven's courage was boosted again. Sigh. Trash, like you don't have the right to know my name. Gu Fei's incarnation said indifferently. What? When the heaven destruction evil lord and the others heard this, they couldn't help but be shocked and angry. Alright, now you only have two choices. One is to die, and the other is to surrender. Gu Fei's incarnation glanced at the demons and said. These three fellas were only at the quasi-supreme being realm, and he could casually exterminate them. Ignorant little fella, go to hell. Evil Lord Chaotic Heaven gritted his teeth. The chaotic heaven demonic cauldron in his hands flew up and blasted towards Gu Fei's incarnation. Sigh. Gu Fei's incarnation sighed. Then, he stretched out his right hand and directly grabbed at the chaotic demonic cauldron that was about to smash towards him. Seeing this scene, evil Lord Chaotic Heaven's eyes almost fell to the ground. Grabbing the number one demonic weapon of the original devil realm with his bare hands. How is this possible? The other demons were also dumbfounded as though they had turned into stone statues. Gu Fei's incarnation snapped his fingers. Then, evil Lord Chaotic Heaven, primogenitor Devil Sparrow, and the chief of the Devil Ape clan were instantly turned into a mist of blood. What happened next was much simpler. The war between humans and demons ended with the human race's complete victory. The great era of the human race had arrived in the original Devil realm. In the eastern region of the soaring dragon ancestral star, there was a small valley in a complete mess. The ground was cracked, trees were toppled, and boulders were smashed into pieces. Huge pits of various sizes were scattered all over the valley like stars in the sky. There was not a single piece of land in the entire valley that was left intact. It had all been destroyed by the two fast-moving figures and turned into a mess. At this time, Wang Ao climbed out of a stone pit, shook off the dust on his body, wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth, and calmly looked at the figure in front of him who was standing on a broken tree stump like a mountain. An immortal emperor divine arts practitioner is indeed powerful. However, I'm afraid this person has just broken through to the immortal emperor realm not long ago. If he's an expert in the immortal emperor realm like senior sister, I can only flee at the sight of him. Wang Ao thought to himself. He wasn't discouraged. Instead, he was a little excited. Such an opponent was exactly what he needed now. I don't believe I can't kill you. Guiyuan Hua had also discovered that this guy was stronger than he had imagined. This guy had the strength of a cultivator that was close to the peak of the immortal king realm. Although his cultivation base was above this guy, it wouldn't be easy for him to kill this guy. It was terrifying. A young man, a martial artist, a young immortal king, could actually display strength that was infinitely close to the immortal emperor realm. It was truly shocking. Wang Ao came from Supreme Mystery Sect. He had only joined Supreme Mystery Sect for a few years, but his cultivation base had already broken through to the peak of the immortal king realm. If he was given enough time, it wouldn't be difficult for him to cultivate to the saint realm. This Guiyuan Hua, on the other hand, was a guy who had done many evil deeds. He was the target of Wang Ao's execution. Guiyuan Hua had long wanted to kill Wang Ao, but at this time, his murderous intent had risen to the limit. Wang Ao must die. What other trump cards do you have? Show them all. Wang Ao's battle intent was like a rainbow. His eyes were flickering with anticipation. He really wanted to know how strong he was. This was his first time fighting an immortal emperor. A peak immortal king challenging a beginner immortal emperor. This battle had alarmed many people. One should know that a battle between immortal gods would cause a huge commotion. Humph. Guiyuan Hua harumphed coldly. He took a step forward and instantly crossed the space of tens of meters, arriving above Wang Ao. 5 elements rotation, obliterate the heaven and earth. Following Guiyuan Hua's shout, a mountain-like energy fluctuation suddenly erupted from his body. At the same time, his body surged with rays of 5-colored light. The rainbow-like 5-colored divine light seemed to have a mind of its own as it spread out. Guiyuan Hua's figure disappeared in the dazzling 5-colored divine light. A huge whirlpool was formed. Endless power of the 5 elements converged, shaking the heaven and earth. This part of the heaven and earth trembled violently. The broken trees and shattered stones on the ground all rose up and were sucked into the whirlpool. Your last disciple is not bad. Chapter 4680. The ancestral planet of the soaring dragon ancestral planet was in full bloom. Apart from the established forces, there were also many new ones. In the eastern region of the soaring dragon ancestral planet, the Dongfang family had become powerful again after the eastern sky overlord of the Dongfang family successfully broke through to the extreme grade. However, the Zhao family of the primordial was not so lucky. Their divine son failed to break through to the extreme grade. In the current human realm, especially the ancestral planet of the soaring dragon ancestral planet, any force without an extreme grade supreme was not considered a top force. As such, the Zhao family of the primordial was in trouble. As expected, a force called the Heaven Alliance was rising. It only took a day for the Heaven Alliance to take over 1/3 of the Zhao family of the primordial, shocking the entire eastern region of the ancestral planet. However, the Heaven Alliance did not dare to make a move on the Dongfang family, Jiyu Fei's Wanxiang City, or the 3 great Daoist sects. Wanxiang City was Jiyu Fei's force in the eastern region. Who would dare to make a move on it? Not long ago, Jiyu Fei had just wiped out a group of hostile forces. Who would dare to make a move on Jiyu Fei? What was the difference between that and death? As for the 3 great Taoist sects, there was no need to mention them. All of them were inextricably linked to Jiyu Fei, such as Li Lingfeng, the leader of the Taishen sect. This guy was Jiyu Fei's senior brother. This was the senior brother of the mad Jiyu Fei. His background was truly amazing. Then there was the Guangcheng Immortal sect and the Shangqing sect. Jiyu Fei had personally found these 2 sects and invited them back to the soaring dragon ancestral planet after much effort. Therefore, the Heaven Alliance could only make a move on the Zhao family of the primordial. Moreover, Jiyu Fei had done a great deed to mend the heavens for the human world. This was a great merit that all living beings would worship. Who would dare to be disrespectful to Jiyu Fei? At this time, the balance between the forces in the eastern region was about to be broken by the Heaven Alliance. All the forces were recruiting, including the Taishen sect. The Taishan sect had accepted many disciples in the past few years, and there was no lack of geniuses among them. Wang Ao was one of the most outstanding disciples of the Taishan sect. He had only joined the Taishan sect for a few years, but he had already reached the peak of the immortal king realm. This cultivation speed was truly shocking. Boom! Bam! In a valley in Eastern Domain, Wang Ao was fighting Guyuan Hua. Even though he was facing Guyuan Hua, who had just broken through to the immortal emperor realm, he still couldn't stop the battle. At this time, Guyuan Hua finally had no choice but to use his trump card. His figure instantly disappeared into the void, and a 5-colored vortex appeared in the sky. Rumble! A heaven-devouring force surged out from the vortex and swallowed Wang Ao. The stones and broken wood on the ground flew up and were swallowed by the whirlpool in the sky. Wang Ao's expression was solemn as he tried his best to resist the suction force. His entire body was covered in a fiery aura. Earth chi surged out from under his feet and bound him tightly to the ground. It was as if he had become one with the earth beneath his feet. Even the great suction force of the 5 elements reincarnation cycle could not pull him into the 5 elements millstone that was descending downward. This guy is starting to go all out. Wang Ao could feel great danger approaching. Guyuan Hua didn't hold back at all. He had turned the 5 elements into a 5 elements whirlpool that could destroy everything, trying to obliterate him. If I still can't kill him with this, I would be an immortal emperor cultivator in vain. The clothes on Guyuan Hua's upper body had already been torn apart. Green veins could be seen popping up on his body. He had exerted all his strength, but blood was oozing out of his 7 apertures due to the overload of the 5 elements fusion technique. Even if he could successfully kill Wang Ao, his vitality would be greatly damaged. Guyuan Hua's figure appeared vaguely in the whirlpool. He was a member of the Heaven Alliance and didn't have any enmity with Wang Ao. All the experts who were watching the battle in the dark were shocked by the profundity of Guyuan Hua's 5 elements divine ability. The power of the 5 elements could destroy the heavens and earth. What kind of scene would it be if this divine ability was cultivated to the extreme? Guyuan Hua, Gui clan. Sure enough, it was a cultivation clan with an incomparably rich foundation. Some people couldn't help but be vigilant against Gui clan. The whirlpool formed by the power of the 5 elements emitted a terrifying aura that could destroy the heavens and earth as it swallowed Wang Ao. Without hesitation, Wang Ao guided the divine weapon chi that had been smelted into his body to his hands. Wang! A sword chime soared into the sky, like a crane's cry to the 9 heavens or a dragon's roar. An unparalleled sword chi rushed out, causing the heavens and earth to lose their color. This guy, Guyuan Hua, who was in the 5 elements destruction whirlpool, was shocked when he saw this. He desperately drove the whirlpool to destroy the 5 elements destruction whirlpool. However, it wasn't easy to cast such a great divine ability that could shake the heavens and earth. Blood flowed out of Guyuan Hua's 7 apertures, and his face was as ferocious as an evil spirit. However, the speed of the 5 elements destruction whirlpool had indeed increased by a lot. At this time, the slowly rotating 5 elements destruction whirlpool was less than 100 jong away from Wang Ao. The mighty destructive force caused the heavens and earth to shake, and hideous cracks began to appear on the ground. You can 5 elements fusion, so can I. Wang Ao went all out. He had no choice but to go all out. The 5 elements fusion combat skill required the cultivation base of an immortal emperor to be able to cast it, but he couldn't care less. The mysterious art in his body was operating rapidly. The yuan qi in his blood, flesh, tendons, and bones surged like a raging river. The 5 elements yuan qi in his body was all stimulated by him, and gathered towards the divine weapon qi in his hands. He was overdrawing the strength of his body. The consequences of doing so were terrifying. He was afraid that his body would suffer irreparable damage. The vast 5 elements yuan qi fused with the purple divine weapon essence qi, and a sword light that was hundreds of feet long soared from Wang Ao's hand. The extremely sharp sword chi was almost able to pierce through the void. Kill! Wang Ao slashed out with all his might. In the next moment, a bright sword light instantly soared up to 10,000 jong, and cut the 5 elements destruction whirlpool in half. Guyuan Hua was also cut in half at the same time. This Li Lingfeng, who was watching the battle from afar, was also shocked when he saw this scene. Wang Ao was really powerful. A peak immortal king had killed an immortal emperor and succeeded in a cross-realm challenge. Guyuan Hua of the Heavenly Alliance was unlucky. In the Eastern Domain, the Gui clan was also a powerful clan. Guyuan Hua was dead, but the Gui clan would not let it go. However, they did not dare to openly seek revenge on Wang Ao of the Taishen sect. Not bad, your last disciple is very good. The black-robed young man standing next to Li Lingfeng said and waved his right hand. A divine sword appeared in the void, and then flew towards Wang Ao. I will give you the divine sword. I hope you will continue to work hard. The voice of the black-robed young man sounded in Wang Ao's mind. Thank you, Uncle Master. Chapter 4681. In the human realm, ever since Jiyu Fei mended the sky, the heavenly path had been perfected, and the entire human realm was thriving. The 5 ancestral planets had produced many experts. The older generation did not go out much. This was the stage for the younger generation. In the ancestral planet of the Soaring Dragon, in the eastern domain of the Taishen sect, Jiyu Fei and his senior brother Li Lingfeng were tasting tea under a big tree in the back mountain. The tea leaves were top-grade enlightenment tea that Jiyu Fei had brought. In the entire human realm, only Jiyu Fei had this enlightenment tea because he had obtained a primordial spirit root. This enlightenment tea was made from the leaves of this primordial spirit root. Junior brother, this tea of yours is amazing. Just 1 cup makes me feel like I'm about to break through. Li Lingfeng smiled. He was already a quasi-supreme. If he took 1 more step, he would become a supreme. Well, then drink a few more cups. Maybe you can really break through the shackles of cultivation and make the ultimate leap to become a supreme. Jiyu Fei smiled. Although this tea was good, it had no effect on him. Li Lingfeng's last disciple, Wang Ao, was waiting on the side. Wang Ao was extremely excited to see Jiyu Fei. This was the strongest existence in the human realm, a supreme existence that all living beings looked up to. In Wang Ao's heart, Jiyu Fei was a legend and a legend. Countless people wanted to become an existence like Jiyu Fei. Jiyu Fei was also Wang Ao's idol, and Wang Ao was a hardcore fan of Jiyu Fei. Wang Ao was definitely lucky to be able to see a legendary person. Who knew how many people in the entire Taishen sect were envious of him? Even his eldest senior brother had never been so close to Jiyu Fei. Junior brother, I'm really useless. Li Lingfeng sighed. Even the Azure Dragon had become an extreme supreme, but he had not taken that step, which made him very discouraged. Senior brother, you can't force it. Let nature take its course. Jiyu Fei said indifferently. If he could comprehend it, then so be it. If he couldn't, then he couldn't help Li Lingfeng. Even if he was an eternal supreme, it was impossible to create an extreme supreme. Let nature take its course. Li Lingfeng nodded. Perhaps he really cared too much about it, to the extent that he couldn't break through the shackles of cultivation. By the way, junior brother, how's your matter going? Li Lingfeng took a sip of tea and said. Soon. Jiyu Fei's incarnation had already entered the original devil realm. Calculating the time, he should be bringing the person back soon. Junior brother, I really want to thank you for helping me set up the protective mountain formation, Li Lingfeng said. Senior brother, you are treating me like an outsider. I am also a disciple of the Taishen sect. Jiyu Fei smiled. The two of them were probably the only true disciples of the Taishen sect on the Soaring Dragon ancestral star. There was still no news of junior sister Zhao Ziru. When the people of the primordial devil realm returned, he would go to the heaven realm. He had to find Zhao Ziru, but Jiyu Fei's feelings towards Zhao Ziru were a little complicated. Did he like Zhao Ziru? He wasn't sure either. However, he knew that he could not forget Zhao Ziru. The heaven realm was the same as the human world. He had to arrange everything properly before going to the eternal world. He had a hunch that once he went to the eternal world, it would not be so easy to come back. Just as Jiyu Fei and Li Lingfeng were sipping tea in the back mountain of the Taishen sect, A vigorous demon-slaying operation began in the original Devil realm. The human clan and other races formed a demon-slaying army and began to wipe out the demons. This time, Gu Fei's incarnation really did not want to do anything. How could one become strong without experiencing wind and rain and seeing blood? Red Dragon and Ao also participated in the battle. They were only saint-level existences, so they could use this opportunity to hone themselves. Although Gu Fei's incarnation killed the heaven-mixing demon lord, the demon sparrow ancestor, and the demon ape clan leader with a snap of his fingers, the three great demonic forces still existed. Especially the heaven-mixing demon lord, whose ancestral land was in the original Devil Mountain. In this battle, the heaven-mixing demons suffered a great loss of vitality, but in their ancestral land, there were still many demon powerhouses. The heaven-mixing demons were the strongest demons in the original Devil realm. Heavenly Emperor Ziyang and the others directly killed their way to the foot of the original Devil Mountain. When the allied forces of the human clan and other races arrived, countless demons suddenly emerged from the ancestral land of the heaven-mixing demons. The entire original Devil Mountain was filled with the figures of demons. Seeing this scene, Red Dragon and Yaoyu's foreheads were sweating. There are no quasi-supreme existences, it's your turn. Heavenly Emperor Ziyang looked at Red Dragon and Yaoyu. Whoever can kill their way to the top of the mountain first will get a mysterious reward from Master. The unold demon child laughed. Master's reward? Red Dragon and Yaoyu's eyes suddenly lit up, and then they directly killed their way to the top of the mountain. At this time, Gu Fei's incarnation had already returned to the peak of the original Devil Mountain. He sat there, calm and composed. Kill all these lowly creatures. On the original Devil Mountain, countless rocks were actually thrown down. Some unlucky fellows were smashed until their heads were broken and bleeding, looking extremely pathetic. At the same time, one devil arrow after another shot towards the allied forces of the human clan from the original Devil Mountain. The screams were endless. The attack of the human clan was suppressed and retreated like the tide. The first wave of attacks ended just like that. However, Red Dragon and Yaoyu still killed their way up the mountain. Very soon, they killed their way to the waist of the mountain. Boom! Red Dragon punched out, directly blasting a cave abode on the waist of the mountain into smithereens. Swish! On the other side, Yaoyu slashed out with her sword. The heaven and earth turned cold. With a flash of sword light, more than a dozen demons who were blocking the way were directly cut into two by her. Kill! Right at this time, a devil saint descended from the sky and slashed down at Red Dragon's head with a saber. Swish! The crimson dragon dodged the attack with a flash. As the demonic saber fell, a crack was formed on the ground. If it wasn't for the protection of the demon's power of the devil path on the original Devil Mountain, the full force of this devil saint slash would probably have created a deep abyss on the mountain. Kill! Red Dragon roared angrily and directly fought with the devil saint. On the other side, Yaoyu also met her opponent. Her opponent was also a devil saint, a female devil saint, a cruel and merciless god of death. The female devil saint cultivated in the devil path's illusory arts. She immediately used her trump card. The sky was filled with the silhouettes of the female devil saint. Every silhouette seemed to be her real body, but every silhouette also seemed to be illusory. Illusory yet real, illusory yet real. This female devil saint was truly formidable. Violent storm. Yaoyu directly used this move. Countless sword shadows rushed out from her hands. They were densely packed and were all sword shadows. One after another, the sword shadows directly pierced through the demonic silhouettes. The demonic figure immediately dissipated in the void, as if it had never appeared in the first place. Chapter 4682. The Allied army arrived at the foot of Mount Yuanmo. The entire heaven-mixing demon's ancestral land was in an uproar. Countless demons who were cultivating on the mountain jumped out. How dare you invade my Mount Yuanmo? You're courting death. The leader of the original demon race appeared on the mountain peak and looked down at the ant-like humans below. The primal demon progenitor wasn't the head of the primal demon clan. The head of the primal demon clan was merely his grandson. The human army had already reached the waist of the mountain, but they were quickly chased down by the original demon race. Red Dragon and Yarrow, you didn't retreat. Boom. Bam. Muffled sounds of collision rang out. Two figures moved quickly on the waist of the mountain. Black saber light crisscrossed the sky and ground, forcing Red Dragon to retreat. Preposterous. Red Dragon was shocked and angry. He immediately struck out with fiery fist. Rumble. Red Dragon's fists shook the void. His fists continuously collided with the demon saber in his opponent's hand, producing metallic sounds. What? The demon saint was shocked and angry. This guy actually used his fists to block his saber. Could his fists be harder than divine iron? On the other side, Yarrow Yu was fighting the female demon saint. Her sword energy crisscrossed, forcing the female demon saint to retreat. The female demon saint's movement technique was extremely strange. Her body was like a phantom. She was clearly struck by Yarrow Yu's sword, but in reality, it was only her afterimage that was struck. Evenly matched. At the foot of the mountain, the unold demon child and heavenly emperor Zi Yang were getting impatient. They charged straight towards Prime Devil Mountain. Wherever they passed, countless demons were blasted into clouds of bloody mist. It was an incomparably ferocious sight. At this time, Ji Yufei's clone sat cross-legged on the peak of Yuanmo Mountain. He had no intention of attacking. To him, these demons were too weak. He didn't have the urge to attack at all. Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang and the unold demon child personally attacked Yuanmo Mountain. They directly crushed the confidence of the demons on the mountain. It's the great human emperor. The great human emperor is here. The heaven-mixing demons were inexplicably shocked. So what if they're mother * king human kings? Go on and kill them. The race master of the Chaos Heaven demons howled out. There was no way out for them right now. They could only fight it out with the mother * king human king. That way, they might have a chance of survival. However, once they were defeated, the chaotic heaven demons would be finished. Kill. The older generation of the Chaos Heaven demons roared and charged at Heavenly the Arch Zi Yang and the unaging demon child. They were old sages, the foundation of the Chaos Heaven demons. However, all of this was like a moth flying into a flame. How could a demonic saint be a match for a quasi-supreme being? They were not on the same level at all. Haha, I really admire you guys. Where did you guys get your courage from? Celestial the Arch Zi Yang laughed loudly as he attacked. With a slap, the three devil saints at the very front directly exploded, turning into 3 clouds of blood mist. Their bodies and souls were instantly destroyed. When the race master of the Chaos Heaven demons saw this scene, his heart was bleeding. These were the true pillars of the Chaos Heaven demons, and they died just like that. Can't even withstand a single blow. The unaging demon child also attacked. With a wave of his right hand, 5 rays of divine light rushed out from his hand, instantly piercing through the 5 devil saints who were attacking. Those 5 devil saints died instantly as well. In an instant, 8 old sages of the demons received their bento boxes. The race master of the Chaos Heaven demons even felt like dying. He secretly ordered the geniuses of his race to escape from Prime Demon Mountain and preserve the seeds of the Chaos Heaven demons of Prime Demon Mountain so that they would not be annihilated. At this moment, there was no need for the race master of the Chaos Heaven demons to give any orders. All of them charged towards the 2 great ancestor emperors one after another. Some devil saints even self-destructed. All the demons went crazy. Kill. Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang and the unaging demon child didn't show any mercy. They were extremely powerful and killed their way up. Everywhere they passed, blood flowed like a river. When they killed their way to the peak of Prime Demon Mountain, almost all the devil saints of the Chaos Heaven demons received their bento boxes. You are the race master of the Chaos Heaven demons. When Heavenly Emperor Zi Yang set foot on the peak of Prime Demon Mountain, there was only one person on the entire peak. He was the race master of the Chaos Heaven demons. Today, the Chaos Heaven demons will be annihilated. The unaging demon child also killed his way to the peak of Prime Demon Mountain. All of you deserve to die. The race master of the Chaos Heaven demons said through gritted teeth. He slowly took out a demonic spear. Blood was still dripping from the tip of the spear. That was sovereign blood, immortal sovereign blood. Interesting. Heavenly Emperor Ziyang suddenly laughed. He seemed to be a little careless. Who would have thought that there was an existence among the Chaos Heaven demons that could kill sovereigns? It seems like the strongest person among the Chaos Heaven demons isn't the Chaos Heaven Patriarch. The unaging demon child also stopped smiling. He sensed an extremely dangerous aura from the race master of the Chaos Heaven demons. All of you, come at me together. The race master of the Chaos Heaven Patriarch held the demonic spear and stared at Heavenly Emperor Ziyang coldly. Together? Who do you think you are? The unaging demon child said disdainfully. You shall die first. The race master of the Chaos Heaven Patriarch took a step forward and instantly disappeared into the void. In the next moment, the tip of the demonic spear, which was stained with blood, had already pierced the unaging demon child's chest. So fast. The unaging demon child was shocked. In the next moment, he directly moved to the side. The demonic spear brushed past his body. Although he had dodged the demonic spear, he couldn't dodge the race master of the Chaos Heaven Patriarch's fist. Bam! The unaging demon child's head was hit hard by the race master of the Chaos Heaven Patriarch and his entire body was sent flying. His head was almost smashed by the race master of the Chaos Heaven Patriarch's fist. Die! The race master of the Chaos Heaven Patriarch took a step forward and instantly rushed to the unaging demon child. Then, he directly pierced the unaging demon child with the spear. The tip of the demonic spear, which was stained with blood, emitted a dazzling blood-red light. Seeing that the unaging demon child was about to be killed, at this critical moment, a fist came from the side and directly blasted the master of the Huntian clan away. I said, all of you, come at me together. The race master of the Chaos Heaven Patriarch said coldly. Roar. The unaging demon child roared crazily. His eyes were red as if he had fallen into a state of madness. He fiercely attacked the race master of the Chaos Heaven Patriarch. At the same time, Heavenly Emperor Ziyang also attacked the race master of the Chaos Heaven Patriarch. They had no choice but to join forces. After all, whether it was Heavenly Emperor Ziyang or the unaging demon child, they were definitely no match for the race master of the Chaos Heaven Patriarch alone. The two great human race emperors joined forces to fight the race master of the Chaos Heaven Patriarch. The terrifying power that erupted shook the entire Prime Demon Mountain. The race master of the Chaos Heaven Patriarch was extremely ferocious. Although he was fighting 1 against 2, he was still at ease. Heavenly Emperor Ziyang and the unaging demon child kept retreating. In the end, even the 5 Elements Great Emperor, Meng Tianjing, joined forces. The 3 great human race emperors joined forces and fought against the race master of the Chaos Heaven Patriarch. Chapter 4683. Although there were 7 quasi-supreme demon emperors in the original demon realm, no one knew if there were other demon emperors lurking in the original demon realm. The 7 demons all had strong foundations. For example, the demon sparrow race had its first ancestor. Of course, the demon sparrow ancestor was already a thing of the past. In the battle outside the heavenly tiger demon city, not only had the demon sparrow ancestor died, but the chaotic sky demon's ancestor had also been killed by Ji Yufei's clone. Of the 7 demons, besides the chaotic sky demons, the demon sparrow race, and the demon ape race, the rest had been eliminated by the unold demon child and the others. Right now, even the chaotic heaven demon tribe was in a precarious situation. The 3 great human emperors were fighting the leader of the chaotic heaven demon tribe at the peak of Prime Demon Mountain. The battle was so intense that even the sun and moon lost their light. Roar. The lord of the chaotic sky race roared again and again. The demonic spear in his hand turned into a mournful blood-colored demonic light. With a sweep, the unold demon child was forced back thousands of meters. With a thrust, it directly pierced through Heavenly Emperor Ziyang's shoulder. The 5 Elements Great Emperor, Meng Tianjing, was in an even worse state. The lord of the chaotic sky race punched him in the face. His entire face was deformed, his nose shattered, and more than a dozen teeth were knocked out. How can he be so strong? The unold demon child and the others were shocked. They never expected the Lord of the chaotic sky demons to be so strong. The 3 human emperors had joined forces, but they were still beaten to a pulp by this guy. I thought you were strong, but you're only SOSO. The Lord of the chaotic sky race sneered. You dare look down on us? The unold demon child was enraged. Haha, what a joke. The 3 of you were no match for me even when you joined forces. So I looked down on you? The Lord of the chaotic sky race mocked. Damn it, let's fight it out with him. The unold demon child roared and took out his Dao weapon. It was 9 flying swords, the 9 god-slaying swords he had painstakingly refined. At this time, the Heavenly Emperor Ziyang and the 5 Elements Great Emperor didn't hide anymore. Boom! A divine light that resembled a purple sun rushed out of Celestial the Arch Ziyang's body and floated above his head. It radiated with a myriad of purple lights and illuminated the entire world purple. The 5 Elements Great Emperor stretched his hands out in front of his chest, and a huge bow appeared in midair. He grabbed the bow and pulled it open. Boundless worldly spirit chi immediately converged towards the bow in a frenzy, and a 5-colored divine arrow appeared on the bow, aimed at the Huntian clan leader. Kill! The unold demon child roared and attacked. With a wave of his right hand, the Josie deity killing sword immediately turned into 9 extremely sharp sword lights that flew toward the master of Huntian clan. Buzz! At the same time, Heavenly Emperor Ziyang also made his move. His purple sun wheel shook violently, and a purple divine light rushed out from it, piercing towards Lord Huntian. Swoosh! The 5 Elements Great Emperor fired an arrow at Patriarch Huntian. The 3 human race emperors attacked with all their might. At this moment, even Patriarch Huntian's expression turned solemn. Roar! He roared angrily, and tyrannical demonic power erupted from his body, causing the entire world to tremble. Break! Patriarch Huntian shook the demonic spear in his hand. A moment later, 9 demonic spear shadows appeared in the void, and the Josie deity killing sword that was flying toward him was instantly flicked away. Then, a demonic eye appeared between his eyebrows. Swoosh! The moment the demon eye between Master Huntian's eyebrows opened, a beam of demon light shot out and dispersed the purple divine light that was about to penetrate him. Then, he reached out with his left hand and grabbed the 5 Elements divine arrow that was flying toward him. Boom! There was a loud explosion as the 5 Elements divine arrow in Patriarch Huntian's hand suddenly exploded, erupting with destructive 5 Elements power. Patriarch Huntian roared angrily and immediately retreated. His left arm was already missing. It had actually been blown up by the 5 Elements divine arrow. However, the master of Huntian clan's left arm, which had been blown off, quickly grew out again, as if it had never been injured. At this level of cultivation, as long as one's primordial spirit was not destroyed, one's physical body could be reborn. This guy, the 3 human race emperors felt a sense of helplessness when they saw this. This guy was too strong, far beyond their expectations. Ha ha! Patriarch Huntian roared with laughter. The unold demon child and the others looked solemn. Meanwhile, the battle on Prime Demon Mountain was still going on. The human race army charged forward and began a life-and-death battle with the demons. This battle would determine the hegemony of the Prime Demon realm. If the human race won, then the world would belong to the human race. However, if the demons of Huntian won, then the Prime Demon realm would still belong to the demons. Of course, the demons were destined to lose this time. Where's your master? Come out now. If you're late, I'll have to collect your corpses. Patriarch Huntian stared at the unold demon child and the others and said coldly, How dare you? How dare you? The unold demon child and Heavenly Emperor Ziyang roared at Patriarch Huntian. This guy actually dared to ask their master to come out. He was simply courting death. Are you looking for me? At this moment, a voice suddenly rang out. Then, a figure appeared in the void. No one could see how this person had appeared. The Huntian tribe master was taken aback. He had never imagined that his greatest enemy would suddenly appear in front of him. His cultivation had long surpassed the primogenitor and was infinitely close to the extreme grade realm. However, the heavenly Tao of the prime demon realm was flawed and it was impossible for an extreme grade supremacy to be born. The 3 of you really disappoint me. Gu Fei's clone glanced at the unold demon child and the others and said indifferently, "Master." The unold demon child and the others couldn't help but feel ashamed. It was really shameful that the three emperors couldn't defeat Patriarch Huntian. "Go to hell." Patriarch Huntian sneered and directly attacked Gu Fei's clone. The demonic spear in his hand erupted with unprecedented power. However, in the next moment, Gu Fei's clone disappeared. Patriarch Huntian's demonic spear pierced the air without any force. At the same time, Gu Fei's clone appeared next to Patriarch Huntian. Slap. With a loud slap, Patriarch Huntian was sent flying by Gu Fei's clone. Half of his face immediately swelled up and a few teeth flew out of his mouth. Seeing this scene, the unold demon child and the others' eyeballs almost fell to the ground. Master was indeed master. He was too powerful. Patriarch Huntian was also stunned by Gu Fei's clone's slap. How could this guy be stronger than him? This didn't make sense. Chapter 4684. Gu Fei's incarnation sent the leader of the chaotic sky demons flying with a slap. Everyone was dumbfounded. Master is amazing. The unold demon child and heavenly emperor Ziyang were shocked. The three emperors were no match for the leader of the chaotic sky tribe, but their master had defeated him in one move. The gap between them was just too huge. Roar. The leader of the chaotic sky tribe roared and endless demonic power surged into the scarlet blood spear in his hand. Scarlet demonic patterns appeared on the spear one after another. A terrifying destructive aura erupted from the demonic spear in the leader of the chaotic sky tribe's hand. Go to hell. When had the leader of the chaotic sky tribe ever suffered such a big loss? The scarlet blood spear in his hand turned into a scarlet demonic light and directly stabbed at Gu Fei's incarnation at an extremely fast speed. However, in the face of the leader of the chaotic sky tribe's ultimate attack, Gu Fei's incarnation did not dodge. He just waved his right hand and the scarlet blood demonic light that was piercing him flew away. The leader of the chaotic sky tribe was stunned. He looked down at his hands, which were badly mutilated and dripping with blood. This time, the leader of the chaotic sky tribe was really moved. Gu Fei's incarnation suddenly snapped his fingers. The next moment, the leader of the chaotic sky tribe exploded with a bang and turned into a cloud of blood mist. The leader of the chaotic sky tribe actually received his lunchbox just like that. Go and clean up the mess, Gu Fei's incarnation said to the unold demon child and the others. Yes, master. The unold demon child and the others hurriedly accepted the order and turned to leave. With the addition of the three emperors, the chaotic sky demons were defeated even faster. Soon, all the demons on the entire Prime Demon Mountain were wiped out. The chaotic sky demons were finished. When the news spread, it caused a sensation in the entire Prime Demon realm. The number one demons in the Prime Demon realm had disappeared just like that. Had they been trampled by someone? All the experts in the Prime Demon realm were shocked to the extreme. That was the heaven-mixing demons, not a small force. After the unaging demon child and the others annihilated the chaotic sky demons, they immediately led the army to the ancestral land of the demon ape tribe. However, no one had expected that the demonic ape clan would directly admit defeat and submit. This way, it would save them a lot of trouble. Then, the unold demon child led the army and changed their path to the ancestral grounds of the demon sparrow race. The devil sparrow race had some guts, and they actually raised their army to fight against the human army led by the unold demon child and the others. For a time, outside the ancestral land of the devil sparrow clan, battle cries shook the heavens. The sky and the ground were filled with figures fighting with all their might, and corpses fell from the sky from time to time. This was the real bloodbath. However, the fate of the demons of the elemental devil realm had long been decided. The devil sparrow race was defeated. The ancestral land of the devil sparrow race was directly destroyed. There were corpses everywhere, and blood flowed like a river. The smell of blood filled the air. The terrifying murderous aura that enveloped the ancestral land of the devil sparrow clan was taken away by someone. Then, that mysterious person disappeared. Demons were the greatest enemy of the world, the source of calamity and chaos. Demons killed the common people and used the blood and souls of the common people to strengthen themselves. They absorbed the power of the common people, condensed the devil soul, and tempered the devil body. They were the common enemy of all the cultivators in the world. The demons in the elemental devil realm were the same as the demons in other worlds. They were even more ferocious. In this place, the human race was the food that the demons raised in captivity. However, from today onwards, the human race would become the rulers of this world. Suddenly, Gu Fei's incarnation on the peak of the elemental devil mountain seemed to have sensed something. He suddenly turned and looked towards the east. In a valley hundreds of thousands of miles away. Swoosh! A crack seemed to have appeared out of nowhere. Then, a figure walked out from the crack in the void. At this moment, an eerie and terrifying aura suddenly came from the southern horizon. Then, a black cloud rushed towards the valley like a galloping horse. Another great demon has appeared, Gu Fei's incarnation said with some surprise. The waters of the elemental devil realm seemed to be a little deep. Rumble, the black cloud condensed from devil chi surged towards the valley in an overwhelming manner. The heavens and the earth trembled. A terrifying and powerful aura spread over the endless mountain range. The expressions of the powerful living beings who sensed this aura changed. Soon, the black cloud that shrouded the heavens and the earth arrived near the valley. Then, it stopped in the southern sky. Black chi surged, and there seemed to be thousands of ghosts howling in the black cloud. It made one's scalp go numb. It's the aura of the ancestral devil, a dignified voice came from the black cloud. The mysterious and unfathomable demon didn't appear in front of everyone. The black cloud covered the sky. All the powerful living beings in the mountain felt a heavy pressure, as if there was a mountain pressing down on their hearts. The sudden appearance of the great demon alarmed the other powerful living beings in the elemental devil realm. The legendary peerless great demon was about to appear in front of everyone. Everyone was a little nervous. Gu Fei's incarnation sensed that there was an ancient altar in the valley. It was unknown how long this altar had existed, but it was still intact. Let's go take a look. Gu Fei's incarnation directly disappeared from the peak of Elemental Devil Mountain with Yarrow Yu and the Red Dragon. In the next moment, they arrived near the inconspicuous valley in the mountains, hidden in the clouds. Billions of souls as a guide, Lord Primogenitor, please descend again. The demon wandering on the battlefield was actually collecting souls. He actually wanted to use the souls of billions of living beings as a guide to summon the ancestor devil. The demon then released countless souls. The ancient altar frantically devoured those souls. Soon, ancient demonic patterns appeared on the altar one after another. It's done. The other demon in the sky couldn't help but be moved when he saw this. Rumble, the altar that had devoured billions of souls shook, and a door of light appeared high in the sky. In the next moment, an incomparably huge demon shadow appeared behind the door of light. Lord Primogenitor, the demon in front of the altar, was extremely excited when he saw the demon shadow behind the door of light. Ancestor Devil. The demon in the sky was a little stunned when he saw this. The demonic aura coming from behind the door of light was too strong. It was many times stronger than the aura of the master of Huntian clan. Extreme Path Devil Lord. Gu Fei's incarnation was hidden in the clouds. No one could sense the existence of him and his two disciples. He had never expected that there would be an ancient altar in the elemental devil realm. This altar could actually summon powerful demons from other worlds. I'd like to see which world's demon is crossing over. Chapter 4685. There was actually an ancient altar in the original devil realm that could connect to other worlds. This shocked Gu Fei's incarnation. Could it be that someone was interested in this world that couldn't even give birth to an extreme grade supreme? Although the original devil realm was a great world, the heavenly Tao hadn't evolved to a perfect state. It was impossible for an extreme grade supreme to be born here. The stability of this world wasn't good either. The heavenly Tao law wasn't very strong. Even if a quasi-supreme made a move, it could cause great damage. If an extreme grade supreme appeared here, he could destroy the entire world with a wave of his hand. At this moment, a mysterious demon actually gathered countless souls and activated the altar with the power of the souls. A door of light immediately appeared high up in the sky. A terrifying demonic aura surged out from behind the door of light. The entire world shook as a demonic figure appeared behind the door of light. "Ancestor, please descend and avenge us." The mysterious demon who was lying down respectfully in front of the altar said carefully. "What happened?" The demonic figure behind the door of light asked. "Ancestor, please seek justice for us." The demon then told him everything that happened in the original devil realm. "The humans in this world are too weak. Could they be outsiders?" The demonic figure was shocked after listening. The humans in the original devil realm couldn't amount to much. However, if those people were outsiders, it would be different. At this moment, the demon in the sky flew down and landed in front of the altar. He raised his head and looked at the demonic figure behind the door of light. "Morrow, what are you doing? Why aren't you kneeling when you see the ancestor?" The demon lying in front of the altar roared at the other demon. "Ancestor? He's just an incarnation." The demon called Morrow said coldly. "Insolent." The demon was enraged. "Crimson Soul, don't be silly. Would the ancestor care about small fries like us? That's impossible." Morrow sneered. The demon called Crimson Soul was shocked and enraged when he heard this. "Those who look down on me shall die." Just then, the spectre behind the door of light pointed at Moluo, and an incomparably sharp beam of demonic light instantly shot towards Moluo. The demon named Morrow instantly disappeared into the void, evading the attack. When he reappeared, he was already more than 10 miles away. "I thought an extreme Tao demon venerable was really going to descend, but it turns out that it was just a trick." At this time, Gu Fei's incarnation walked out of the clouds. Crimson Dragon and Yarrow Yu followed behind him. Human race. When the two devils saw Gu Fei's incarnation, they couldn't help but be shocked. Gu Fei's incarnation didn't put these two little demons in his eyes at all. What he was interested in was the demonic shadow behind the light door. "You're just a clone." The demonic figure behind the door of light said coldly. "TSK, don't compare me to you. Tell me where you came from. I'll kill you," Gu Fei's incarnation said disapprovingly. "Shameless boasting. See if you can destroy me." The demonic figure behind the light door seemed to be fearless. Gu Fei's incarnation didn't waste any more time talking to this guy. He threw a punch at the light door. Rumble, as he punched out, the space in front of his fist immediately collapsed and shattered. It turned into a terrifying, monstrous, destructive force that directly entered the light door. At the next moment, the void behind the light door also collapsed, and the demonic figure also disappeared inside. When the two great demon emperors, Mo Luo and Crimson Soul, saw this scene, they were so scared that they trembled and were extremely terrified. The supreme pressure that erupted from Gu Fei's incarnation that suppressed everything made the two great demon emperors unable to even think of resisting. Roar. At this time, an angry roar came from the shattered void behind the light door. At the next moment, the shattered void disappeared, and the entire void instantly stabilized. The demonic figure appeared behind the light door again, and the demonic figure seemed to be in a sorry state. "You have angered me," the demonic figure said angrily. "What a joke. So what if I have angered you? What can you do to me?" Gu Fei's incarnation was really speechless. Very good, haha," the demonic figure behind the light door laughed angrily. "Senior brother, is this guy crazy?" Yarrow Yu smiled and said to Red Dragon next to her. "Junior sister, this guy is almost crazy if he isn't." Red Dragon also smiled. "You two juniors dare to look down on this lord?" The demonic figure behind the light door said and actually wanted to cross over from the other side of the light door. Rumble, the entire light door shook, and one of the demonic figure's feet had already stepped out. A powerful demonic aura immediately appeared between heaven and earth. This demonic aura was extremely powerful, and it was truly at the extreme Tao level. So that's how it is. Gu Fei's incarnation finally understood why this demonic figure had such a tyrannical aura even though it was only an incarnation. This guy wasn't just an incarnation. This guy had a real demonic body. Of course, this demonic body wasn't his original body. An incarnation entering a demonic body? Gu Fei's incarnation frowned. He actually had such an incarnation, or rather, a clone. Because it had a physical body, it wasn't a clone in the traditional sense. Little guy, prepare to die. At this time, half of the demonic figure's body had come over, but the majority of his body was still on the other side of the light door. Lord Primogenitor is finally descending. Moro Demon Emperor, who was trembling in front of the altar, was surprised and overjoyed. Primogenitor, Red Soul Demon Emperor's mood was somewhat complicated. He had looked down on the Primogenitor just now. Once the Primogenitor descended into this world, he would probably be killed directly. Red Soul Demon Emperor really wanted to destroy the altar, but he could only think about it. The pressure that erupted from Gu Fei's incarnation, coupled with the Primogenitor's supreme demonic aura, caused him to lie on the ground, unable to even move a finger. Gu Fei's incarnation didn't make a move to stop the demonic figure from crossing over. I say, can you hurry up? Gu Fei's incarnation was a little impatient. This guy had spent so much time and only half of his body had come over. When would he be able to cross over successfully? Wait for me. I'll be right there. The demonic figure was afraid that Gu Fei's incarnation would escape. Let me help you. Gu Fei's incarnation disappeared in the next moment. When he reappeared, he was already in front of the light door. He directly grabbed the demonic figure's right leg that was extending out of the light door, and with a forceful swing, the demonic figure immediately entered the original demonic world through the light door. Whoosh! Gu Fei's incarnation directly smashed the demonic figure towards the altar in the valley. Boom! With a loud sound, the ancient altar that had existed for God knows how many years was directly smashed by the demonic figure. A large hole appeared in the ground, and the light door in the sky instantly disappeared. What? You bastard, I can't go back. Chapter 4686. The extreme Dao demon Venerable finally entered the original demon realm. Furthermore, he was only able to cross over successfully with the help of Gu Fei's incarnation. You bastard, I can't go back. I'll kill you. The extreme Dao demon Venerable roared and charged towards Gu Fei's incarnation. A terrifying demonic aura erupted from his body, causing the entire world to shake. Once the extreme Dao demon Venerable was enraged, the entire original demon realm would suffer. Scram! Gu Fei's incarnation slapped out. In the next moment, the extreme Dao demon Venerable that was charging towards him was slapped away. The extreme Dao demon Venerable crashed into a mountain tens of thousands of miles away, causing dust to rise into the sky. How is this possible? Everyone's eyeballs were about to fall to the ground when they saw this scene. That was a primordial demon ancestor, yet it was still being abused. Roar! The extreme Dao demon Venerable roared angrily. Boundless demonic aura erupted from his body, shaking the heavens and earth. What are you roaring for? Gu Fei's incarnation took a step forward and instantly broke through the layers of demonic aura. He charged towards the extreme Dao demon Venerable and punched towards the demon Venerable. Bam! The extreme Dao demon Venerable's body was smashed into pieces. This was an extreme Dao demon body, yet it was so fragile. A single punch was all it took to destroy the extreme Dao demon body. However, in the next moment, the extreme Dao demon Venerable's demonic body reassembled. Rumble! The extreme Dao demon Venerable punched out with a monstrous demonic fist, causing huge cracks to appear one after another in the sky. Each crack was 1,000,000 miles long. What kind of punch is that? Gu Fei's incarnation asked curiously. Demonic war in all directions. The extreme Dao demon Venerable sneered. All right, let me see if your demonic war in all directions is stronger or if my 5 elements fist is stronger. Gu Fei's incarnation got into a stance as he spoke. The power of 5 elements immediately gathered towards him. A godly aura that was even stronger than the extreme Dao demon Venerable's erupted from his body. Die! The extreme Dao demon Venerable roared and punched towards Gu Fei's incarnation. Rumble! In the next moment, the space in front of his fist collapsed, and a destructive aura spread in all directions. The mountain ridges below crumbled as if the world was going to be destroyed. 5 elements Fis. The realm of Gu Fei's incarnation was much higher than that of the extreme path demon Venerable. When he punched out, the 5 elements fist force immediately erupted and instantly enveloped the area. Then, the extreme path demon Venerable entered a world of the 5 elements. This is, extreme Tao Devil Venerable's shock was no small matter. A single punch created a world. How was that possible? The 5-element fist of Gu Fei's clone was no longer the 5-element fist in the true sense. He had given the 5-element fist a stronger power, which was the fusion of the Great Path of the Void. The 5-element fist, which had fused with the Void Great Tao, could create a small world with a single punch. The place where the Extreme Path Demon Venerate was currently located was the 5 elements world created by Gu Fei's incarnation. Break. The Extreme Path Demon Venerable roared and attacked, using the Demon War omnidirectional demon fist. Boom. The entire 5 elements world shook violently. Heh, you still want to fly out of my 5-finger mountain? Gu Fei's incarnation laughed loudly. In the next moment, the sound of metal clanging was endless. 5-element god chains extended from all directions and wrapped around the Extreme Path Demon Venerable in an instant. You, let me go. The Extreme Path Demon Venerable was anxious. If he lost this Extreme Path Demon Venerable, he would be in deep trouble. He struggled with all his might, but the 5-element god chains were getting tighter and tighter. Let you go? How is that possible? Gu Fei's incarnation laughed. Where else could he find such a good fighter? He directly imbued the Extreme Tao Demon body with Tao runes and planted them in the Extreme Tao Demon Venerable's incarnation. Preposterous. The Extreme Path Demon Venerable was furious, but there was nothing he could do. This was too powerful. I can decide your life and death with a single thought. Gu Fei's incarnation looked at the Extreme Path Demon Venerable, who was tightly bound by the 5-element god chains, and was overjoyed. Who the hell are you? The Extreme Path Demon Venerable stared at Gu Fei's incarnation and gritted his teeth. You have to call me Master. Gu Fei's incarnation said. Mars, Master? The Extreme Path Demon Venerable was shocked and angry. This fellow was too despicable. Not calling me? Then die. Gu Fei's incarnation said indifferently. He wasn't joking. If he wanted to kill this fellow now, it would only take a single thought. Back then, he had used this forbidden technique to subdue countless experts. Sensing the killing intent coming from Gu Fei's incarnation, the Extreme Path Demon Venerable couldn't help but have a mental battle. He knew very well that if he didn't recognize this fellow as his master, this fellow would immediately kill him. Ming Lai greets Master. The Extreme Path Demon Venerable Ming Lai hurriedly said. Very good. Gu Fei's incarnation said as he waved his hand. The 5-element god chains that were binding Ming Lai immediately disappeared. Where are you from? Gu Fei asked. Me. I'm from the Nether Demon world. Where else? Ming Lai said. It turned out that this fellow was the great demon lord of the Nether Demon world. He was being chased and inadvertently discovered this origin demon world. This origin demon world was actually a companion world of the Nether Demon world. The Nether Demon world was different from the origin demon world. This was a great world with a complete heavenly Tao. It could give birth to extreme path supremes. The heaven and earth spiritual chi here was even denser. Nether Demon world? Gu Fei's incarnation couldn't help but frown. He had never heard of the Nether Demon world. You really can't go back. Gu Fei was seriously doubtful. The moment Master smashed the altar, I couldn't go back. Ming Lai said with a sad face. Rebuild it. That's too difficult. Unless my main body does it, there's no chance. Ming Lai sighed. Just because you can't do it doesn't mean I can't. Gu Fei's incarnation said proudly. With Master's strength, you might really be able to rebuild the altar. Ming Lai started to flatter. Ming Lai quickly handed the blueprint of the altar to Gu Fei's incarnation. TSK, isn't it just a trans-realm teleportation array? I thought it was something big. Gu Fei's incarnation laughed after looking at the blueprint. Trans-realm teleportation array? Ming Lai's expression was a little rich. His master was actually looking down on transrealm teleportation arrays? Could it be that he could really build a new altar? Alright, let's go out. Ji Yufei's incarnation waved his hand. The 5 elements heaven and earth immediately disappeared, and they reappeared in the origin demon world. What's going on? When the 2 demon emperors saw their lord primogenitor respectfully following Ji Yufei's clone, the shock in their hearts was simply indescribable. You 2 bastards. Ming Lai waved his hand, and the Scarlet Soul Demon Emperor and the Morrow Demon Emperor immediately exploded, turning into 2 clouds of blood mist. Their bodies and souls were completely destroyed. Chapter 4687. The demons of the original Devil Realm were done for. All the powerhouses of the demons had been killed by him, and the rest were just small fries. The humans of the original Devil Realm were about to rise. Ji Yufei's clone began to build the Transrealm Grand Array. A few days later, an altar appeared in the middle of the mountains, sitting on the peak of one of the mountains. Master, you really rebuilt the altar? Ming Lai could hardly believe his eyes. He stepped forward and pressed his hand on the altar, then activated his demonic power. Hum. A rumbling sound rang out in the void. Then, the void around the 3 heads was filled with formation runes one after another. Swoosh. A door of light appeared high up in the sky. Let's go to the Dark Demon Realm to take a look. Ji Yufei's clone waved his sleeve and put the Unold Demon Child and Heavenly Emperor Ziyang into it. Then, he soared into the sky and rushed into the door of light. Seeing this, Ming Lai was stunned. Why was this guy more anxious than him? He also soared into the sky and entered the door of light. At this time, Ji Yufei's clone felt the world spin. Then, his eyes lit up, and he appeared in a valley. He looked around and saw that there was another altar not far away from them. The function of the altar was to build a door of light. Through the door of light, they could cross realms and travel back and forth between the 2 worlds. At this time, a figure suddenly appeared next to Ji Yufei's clone. This guy was his subordinate, the unlucky guy from the Dark Demon Realm, Ming Lai. Ji Yufei's clone waved his sleeve, and 4 figures appeared in the void. They were Red Dragon, Yarrow Yu, the Unold Demon Child, and Heavenly Emperor Ziyang. Ji Yufei's clone didn't leave the original Devil Realm with the 5 elements Heavenly Emperor. As soon as Red Dragon and the others came out of Ji Yufei's clone's sleeve, they felt a strong pressure. This pressure came from the entire world. The Dark Demon Realm was a world with perfect laws of heaven and earth. The power of the laws of heaven and earth here was much stronger than in the original Devil Realm. However, the Crimson Dragon and Jade Moon were both sages, while the Unold Demon Child and Heavenly Emperor Ziyang were quasi-supremes, so they quickly adapted to it. Ha ha! I'm really back. Ming Lai laughed excitedly. Welcome back, Master. At this moment, 3 demonic figures rushed in from outside the valley and landed in front of Ming Lai. They immediately knelt on the ground and spoke with great respect. Hey! Crimson Dragon and the others were all shocked. These 3 demons were actually quasi-sovereign level existences. A quasi-supreme devil was actually bowing and scraping before Ming Lai. Crimson Dragon and the others couldn't believe it. One had to know that a quasi-supreme could already be called an emperor in the origin Devil Realm. But here, those emperors were actually kneeling before Ming Lai. Yes. Get up. Ming Lai nodded. Thank you, Master. The 3 demons carefully stood up and looked at Ji Yufei's incarnation, Red Dragon, and the others vigilantly. You are very impressive here. Ji Yufei's incarnation said indifferently. Master must be joking. Ming Lai hurriedly said. What? The 3 demons were stunned when they heard Ming Lai address a young man in black as Master. What's going on? What's going on? Alright, tell me about the forces in the Nether Devil Realm. Ji Yufei's incarnation couldn't be bothered to talk nonsense with this fellow. However, he had placed a restriction on this fellow, so he wasn't afraid that this fellow would fly into the sky. Ming Lai told him about the entire situation in the Nether Devil Realm. As it turned out, the Nether Devil Realm was also a world dominated by demons. Moreover, there were also humans here, but the humans were almost extinct. There was no other reason than the fact that they were almost wiped out by the demons. However, it was only almost. The human race had not truly gone extinct, because the netherworld demon world had once produced an extreme-grade supreme martial artist of the human race. This extreme-grade supreme martial artist of the human race went on a killing spree in all directions, and countless demons in the netherworld demon world suffered a calamity. In the end, this extreme-grade supreme of the human race alarmed a few demon ancestors, and they joined forces to severely injure this extreme-grade supreme of the human race. Before that extreme-grade supreme of the human race died, he used his extreme-grade supreme of the human race to open up a region that only humans could enter. Even the demon ancestors couldn't enter. This was because the power that the extreme-grade supreme of the human race released before his death was too powerful. Even the demon ancestors had to pay a heavy price to break through that power. No demon ancestor was willing to pay that price, so the human domain of the Nether Devil realm was preserved. That extreme-grade supreme of the human race sacrificed himself to protect the humans in the Nether Devil realm. He was a great hero of the human race in the Nether Devil realm. He opened up the human domain for the human race, so that the human race could flourish and live in the human domain for countless years. The humans in the human domain built temples and monuments to commemorate this extreme-grade supreme of the human race. This extreme-grade supreme of the human race was called Pan Wu. He was the ancestor of the Pan clan of the human race in the Nether Devil realm. What a great Pan Wu! After listening to Pan Wu's story, Ji Yufei's incarnation couldn't help but sigh. To protect the human race, Pan Wu sacrificed himself to set up a forbidden technique to open up a region for the human race. He was a true hero. There were countless demons in the Nether Devil realm. Among them, the strongest were the Ox Demon clan, the Demon Dragon clan, the Five Elements demons, the Wind Demon clan, the Winged Demon clan, and the Corpse Demon clan. The strongest and most mysterious were the primordial demons. Among these demons, there were extreme-grade demon ancestors holding the fort. The Five Elements demons had more than 10 extreme-grade demon ancestors. They were the strongest demons apart from the primordial demons. Ji Yufei's incarnation really admired Pan Wu. He actually managed to find a place for the human race to breathe in such a harsh environment. However, according to Ming Lai, the forbidden technique that Pan Wu had set up had gradually weakened in recent years. Once the forbidden technique disappeared, it would be the time of the human race's extinction. Master, we have to help the human race here. Yarrow Yu said. Yes. Master, the human race here is really pitiful. Red Dragon said. Looks like we're going to start a massacre again. Ji Yufei's incarnation sighed. Those who offend the human race must be killed no matter how far away they are. Haha, start a massacre? With just the few of you humans? At that moment, a loud laugh was heard from outside the valley. Then, more than 10 demon shadows rushed in from the valley. The two people in the lead were actually two extreme-grade demon ancestors. The extreme-grade demon ancestors unleashed an unparalleled demon aura that almost suffocated everyone in the valley. Yu Shuo, Wu Xiao, it's you guys. How did you know about this place? Ming Lai was shocked when he saw the two supreme demon ancestors in the lead. Chapter 4688. In one of Ming Lai's secret strongholds in the Netherfiend world, Ji Yufei's incarnation, Red Dragon, and the rest had not even warmed their seats when Ming Lai's enemies came knocking. The two leading demons were extreme demon venerables of the demon ancestor level. Haha, we're in luck today. There are 5 humans here. The eyes of the extreme demon ancestor called Yu Shuo lit up when he saw Ji Yufei's incarnation and the rest. These humans had pretty good cultivation. They were top-notch food. Hihi, you're mine. Old Yu, don't fight with me. The other extreme demon ancestor called Wu Xiao stared at Yarrow Yu. His saliva almost dripped onto the ground. Soft skin and tender flesh. They must be delicious. The demon ancestor Wu Xiao grinned hideously. For countless years, the humans had been hiding in the Panwu domain to recuperate and did not leave the Panwu domain easily. Apart from the Panwu domain, there were no other humans in the Netherfiend world. The Panwu domain was the last resting place of the humans in the Netherfiend world. If the devils of the devil race wanted to eat people, It was not an easy thing. After countless years, the flesh and blood of the human race had become very precious. You want to eat us? Jiyu Fei's incarnation laughed. Go. Kill Ming Lai and capture these 5 humans. Yu Sha ordered his subordinates behind him. Yes, master. The dozen or so demons immediately rushed out from behind the 2 demon ancestors and attacked Jiyu Fei's incarnation and the rest. These demons were all quasi-supreme level demons. They were incomparably powerful, and they immediately attacked Ming Lai. Die, all of you. Ming Lai roared angrily and punched at one of the demons. Bam! The demon was directly blasted apart and turned into a cloud of blood mist. His body and soul were destroyed in an instant. What? When the other fiends saw this, they were truly shocked. Kill. The remaining demons immediately attacked Ming Lai. Rumble. The entire void was trembling. This was a group of quasi-supreme being level demons taking action. Their might was astonishing. However, Ming Lai allowed the Dao weapons to hit him. In the next moment, the demonic weapons were blown away and some of them even cracked. How is this possible? The dozen demons were dumbfounded. I'll help you. Yu Sha sneered and leaped towards Ming Lai. A blood-red demonic claw immediately appeared in the void and enveloped Ming Lai. Master, save me. Ming Lai was scared out of his wits. He did not care about his integrity anymore. He only had the extreme path demon body and was not the real extreme path demon ancestor. He was not a match for the real extreme path demon ancestor, Yu Sha. No one can save you. Wait, who are you calling master? Yu Sha's blood-red demon claw stopped in the air. I am his master. Jiyu Fei's incarnation stood with his hands behind his back and said calmly. You. Yu Sha and Wu Xiao looked at Jiyu Fei's incarnation disdainfully. Ming Lai took the opportunity to hide behind Jiyu Fei's incarnation. Ming Lai, are you kidding me? You actually found a human to be your master? Yu Sha stared at Ming Lai behind Jiyu Fei's incarnation and said sarcastically. You look down on humans. Jiyu Fei's incarnation was displeased. Humans? Why should I look up to humans? Wu Xiao sneered. Humans are just food for us, Yu Sha said disdainfully. Preposterous. Red Dragon and the others were enraged. Master, these 2 are guilty of countless crimes. Their deaths are not to be pitied, Ming Lai said. Then kill them. Jiyu Fei's incarnation said calmly. Ha ha, Yu Sha and Wu Xiao could not help but laugh when they heard Jiyu Fei's incarnation. It was as if they had heard the funniest joke in the world. Hee hee. Ming Lai, who was hiding behind Jiyu Fei's incarnation, smiled slyly. Kill. Jiyu Fei's incarnation did not waste any more time and threw a punch at Yu Sha. Me. You're courting death. Yu Sha sneered. In the next moment, boundless demonic qi erupted from his body. In just an instant, the entire world was covered in darkness. Demonic qi turned into demonic clouds that shrouded the mountains. The demonic power that burst out from Yu Sha's body caused the ground to surge like waves. Mountains kept collapsing, and a small part of the endless mountains was shattered by the mighty power. The earth split open and earth fire surged. Countless living beings were instantly buried in the sea of fire. The area within a radius of 10,000 miles became a dead zone. Seeing that the situation was not good, the unold demon child and the others rushed into the sky with Red Dragon and Yaroyu, hiding far away. Bam! At this moment, a dull sound of impact was heard. Yu Sha, the extreme demon ancestor who had just displayed his supreme demonic power, was punched in the face by Jiyu Fei's incarnation. Yu Sha screamed and flew away. A few teeth fell from the sky. What? Wu Xiao and the other demons were stunned when they saw this. Roar. Yu Sha was extremely angry. Evil qi and demonic qi continuously erupted from his body. Waves of demonic roars shook the world. It was absolutely terrifying. It was absolutely terrifying. The anger of the extreme demon ancestor was earth-shattering. All the demons nearby retreated. Only Wu Xiao remained standing in the void. Countless demonic shadows appeared around him. In the blur, it was as if thousands of demons were dancing. Go to hell. The Yusha demon ancestor reached out his hand and broke the void to grab Gu Fei's incarnation. Gu Fei's incarnation used the 8 desolation steps. His body emitted a dazzling divine radiance and he dodged the attack like a divine rainbow. At the same time, Gu Fei's incarnation waved his hands. Streaks of sharp sword light rushed out of his hands and pierced through the Yusha demons. Kill. At this moment, a demonic roar resounded through the world. A cluster of demonic clouds that emitted an indescribably terrifying aura slowly rose from the ground. A majestic pressure that was like the ocean spread out and surged violently in this world, causing the heavens and the earth to tremble. Even thousands of miles away, many demons were alarmed by the demonic roar and fell from the sky. Wu Xiao made his move. It was a power that sent chills down everyone's spines. Many demons with weaker cultivations felt the immense pressure and almost collapsed. The demonic fire turned into a saber and soared into the sky. Wu Xiao swung his saber at Gu Fei's incarnation. Secret of the 9 secrets of the immortal path, nothing. Gu Fei's incarnation immediately used the 9 secrets of the immortal path. All the attacks that came at him were completely nullified by the power of the 9 secrets of the immortal path. What kind of mystique is that? Yusha and Wu Xiao were shocked. Their attacks were completely nullified. That was something that had never happened before. After all, they were extreme demon ancestors. The power of extreme Tao could not be nullified so easily. 9 sky punishing swords. The next moment, Gu Fei's incarnation used his trump card. 9 streaks of swordlight tore through the void and slashed through the sky, killing the 2 extreme demon ancestors in an instant. Chapter 4689. The ultimate killing sword was unleashed, and the extreme demon ancestors perished. Gu Fei's incarnation used his trump card, which was the 9 heaven punishment swords. This was the killing sword principle, which was based on killing. Its killing nature was the strongest in the world. With the 9 swords, even if there were 2 more extreme demon ancestors, Gu Fei's incarnation would be killed, let alone 2. Ming Lai's eyeballs almost fell to the ground when he saw this, and he was shocked to the extreme. No one knew better than him how powerful the 2 extreme demon ancestors, Yusha and Wu Xiao, were. They had chased after his original body for 1,000 years. Even now, they had not given up on killing him. However, this new master of his had directly killed Yusha and Wu Xiao, the 2 great demon ancestors. How could he not be shocked? Master's incarnation is already so powerful. Wouldn't his original body be even more powerful? Yarrow Yu thought. Master is, too, awesome. When the unold demon child and heavenly emperor Ziyang saw this scene, their hearts trembled. The peerless figure and the immortal swordlight were deeply imprinted in everyone's mind. They would never forget it. After using the 9 heaven punishment swords, Gu Fei's incarnation consumed a lot of energy. He devoured the surrounding heaven and earth spiritual qi to replenish his vitality. In just one breath, he had devoured all the spiritual qi of the world within a radius of 100,000 miles. Fortunately, the essence of the 2 demon ancestors had not dissipated yet. He had devoured their origin energy, which allowed him to replenish the origin qi that he had used up. Ming Lai was speechless. Why is this guy more like a demon than me? The fastest way for demons to improve their cultivation was to devour other demons' origin energy to improve their own cultivation. This was the most common method in the nether demon world. Although the nether demon world was a great world with a flawless heavenly Tao, the resources of a great world were limited. It could not supply countless demons without limit. The strong preyed on the weak. This was the law of nature. To the demons, devouring the power of other demons was the most direct way to fight for resources. There shouldn't be any eternal level demons here, right? After recovering, Gu Fei's avatar turned around and asked Ming Lai. Eternal? What's that? Ming Lai looked curiously at Gu Fei's incarnation. It's fine if you don't know. Take me to the Panwu domain. Gu Fei's incarnation really wanted to see what kind of place the Panwu domain, which was created by the human race's hero, Panwu, was. It could actually prevent the demons from invading and become a forbidden area for the demons. Yes, Master. With the support of Jiu Fei's avatar, Ming Lai's courage was immediately boosted. He no longer had any misgivings and directly led Jiu Fei's avatar and the others to the nearest Devil City. The Soaring Devil City was a huge city, and the city lord was the Soaring Devil Lord. In less than an hour, Ming Lai brought Jiu Fei's incarnation and the others to Outer Heavenly Devil City. Hey, humans! How dare the humans come here? The Soaring Devil City hasn't seen humans for more than 2,000 years. Near the city gate, the demons who saw Jiu Fei's incarnation and Yarrow Yu's group exclaimed. Soon, many demons gathered at the city gate. The deer demons with human bodies and deer heads, the ox demons with human bodies and cow heads, the tiger demons, and the turtle demons all appeared at the city gate. They had flocked here just to see the glory of the human race. All of you, scram! I want to enter the city. Ming Lai took the lead and roared at the demons blocking the city gate. Who is this guy? He's so arrogant. Some demons were very dissatisfied. TCH, didn't you see the notice? Isn't this guy the old turtle Ming Lai who has been hunted for 1,000 years? A demon who knew Ming Lai's background said loudly. His Ming Lai. The other demons were all excited. I didn't expect you to become famous after being hunted. The unold demon child laughed. Idle, you're still alive and kicking even after being hunted for 1,000 years. So amazing. Instantly, more demons surged toward the city gate. At this moment, Ming Lai felt like 1,000 horses were galloping in his heart. I've been hunted for 1,000 years. Do you think it's easy to survive? Ming Lai sneered and released a trace of extreme demon might. Aya, mommy, you scared me to death. The demons blocking the city gate turned pale with fright. Then, they all turned around and fled. In just an instant, not a single demon could be seen at the city gate. F***CK, this works too? Everyone was dumbfounded. These guys thought I was going to attack, so they fled faster than rabbits. Ming Lai said very proudly. This was the world of demons, where the strong were respected. Ming Lai's original body was a demon ancestor. The demons blocking the city gate were naturally afraid that Ming Lai would attack them. Where is the human race? Where is the human race? As soon as they entered the city, they encountered a group of people. The person in the lead was a guy with a crow's head and a human body. It's the flying demon child. When the surrounding demons saw that person, they immediately fled as far as they could. This guy was the only son of the flying demon ancestor. He was usually tyrannical and did all sorts of evil deeds. Yet, the flying demon ancestor doted on this only son a lot, causing this guy to be even more lawless. Hey! It's really the human race. When the flying demon child saw Yarrow Yu and the others, his eyes immediately landed on Yarrow Yu. His eyes were filled with greed. The human race had been hiding in the Panwu region for countless years. Outside the Panwu region, there were no longer any humans. It was a rare sight for a human to appear in the flying demon city. This flying demon child was nearby just now. When he heard that the human race had appeared, he immediately rushed over. This is the human race. The flying demon child was very curious about the human race. Young master, this is the human race. An old black-robed servant beside the flying demon child said hurriedly. A good dog doesn't block the way. Scram to the side. Ming Lai shouted at the flying demon child. What did you say? The flying demon child was instantly enraged. In this flying demon city, no one had ever dared to be impudent in front of him. This guy really had guts. Go. Kill the men and capture the women to warm the bed. The flying demon child immediately ordered his subordinates. Yes, young master. The subordinates of the flying demon child obeyed the order and rushed forward, surrounding Ming Lai and the others. Jiu Fei's incarnation had been watching coldly from the side and did not say a word. Hihi, are you guys courting death? Ming Lai sneered. Kill. That old black-robed servant was the first to make a move. Violent devil Dao energy erupted from his body. This guy was actually a quasi-supreme. The old black-robed servant extended his right hand and grabbed at Ming Lai's head. The ones who will die will be you guys. Chapter 4690. On the streets of the Flying Devil City, Demon Sun Fei blocked the path of Jiu Fei's incarnation. He killed the men and captured the women to warm the bed. Demon Sun Fei's arrogance instantly infuriated everyone. Kill. Demon Sun Fei wasn't joking. An old servant in black beside him directly made his move. The old servant stretched out his right hand and grabbed towards Ming Lai's head. Courting death. Ming Lai wasn't someone with a good temper. He moved, but it was as though he didn't move at all. Because his movement was too fast, the afterimage he left behind didn't disappear and he returned to his original position. It was as though he hadn't moved at all. At this moment, the old servant of Demon Sun Fei stood there motionlessly as though he was under a spell. He maintained his attacking posture. What's wrong with this guy? Devil Child Fei Tian pushed his old servant. Then, a scene that almost made him pee his pants appeared. He saw the black-robed old servant's body shatter into millions of pieces as fresh blood splattered all over him. What? Demon Sun Fei was shocked and furious. Do you know who I am? I am the only son of the City Lord. City Lord, do you know? Demon Sun Fei is my father. How dare you kill my men? You're dead. Demon Sun Fei hooted. Aya, I'm so scared. Ha ha, Ming Lai laughed out loud. Another ignorant and incompetent guy who only knows how to rely on his father. Red Dragon said in disdain. He looked down on these guys the most. Kill. Jiu Fei's incarnation directly gave the order to Ming Lai. Yes, master. Ming Lai quickly accepted the order. After that, he grinned hideously as he approached Demon Sun Fei step by step. How dare you? Demon Sun Fei was shocked and furious. Why wouldn't I dare? Ming Lai smiled and said. All of you, attack. Demon Sun Fei shouted at the people behind him. Kill. The dozen or so devil race experts immediately roared and attacked Ming Lai. A bunch of trash. Ming Lai sneered and started fighting with the dozen demons. It was a one-sided battle. He punched the dozen demons one by one, and they were all smashed to smithereens. As for the demon child Fei Tian, he ordered his subordinates to attack Ming Lai and immediately turned to flee. This time, he really kicked an iron plate. However, Ming Lai had no intention of letting Demon Sun Fei Tian go. He leaped up and descended from the sky. With a single step, he trampled on the arrogant and domineering Demon Sun Fei Tian. Spare me. Hero, spare me. Please don't kill me. Demon Sun Fei Tian trembled in fear as Ming Lai stepped on him. Give me a reason not to kill you. Ming Lai smiled. This, Demon Sun Fei Tian was truly anxious. No. Then go to hell. Ming Lai stomped down with his right foot. Bam. The moment Ming Lai killed the demon child Fei Tian, an angry roar came from the City Lord Manor. Boom. Boundless demonic aura erupted from the City Lord Manor and instantly shrouded the entire sky. A powerful demonic aura descended on everyone. Countless demons in the Flying Demon City were terrified to the extreme. That was the demonic aura of the extreme Tao. Ordinary people would not be able to withstand it. Who is it? Who dares to kill my son? The soaring demon lord's voice came from the City Lord Manor. He was extremely furious. Someone actually dared to kill the City Lord's son in the Flying Demon City. That person was too arrogant. So what if I killed him? Ming Lai said coldly in the direction of the City Lord Manor. Swish. As soon as Ming Lai finished speaking, a demonic figure appeared in front of him. It's just an incarnation. How dare he be so arrogant? The sky-soaring demon lord glared at Ming Lai, who was on the opposite side, and was enraged. That was his only son. To think that he would be killed just like that, and in his own territory at that. The other party simply did not take him seriously. TSK, is he more arrogant than your precious son? To think that he dared to kill someone in broad daylight. I'm letting him off easy by killing him. Ming Lai mocked. With Jiu Fei's incarnation supporting him, he was not afraid of the soaring demon lord at all. Go to hell. The soaring demon lord slammed his palm towards Ming Lai. A powerful energy wave spread out, causing the entire city to tremble. Master, Ming Lai escaped faster than a rabbit. The moment the soaring demon lord attacked, he hid behind Gu Fei's incarnation. Was this guy bluffing me just now? At the thought of this, the soaring demon lord was even more furious. All of you, go to hell. The soaring demon lord did not hesitate. The gigantic demonic hand slammed towards Gu Fei's incarnation and the others, enveloping everyone under the demonic hand. Rumble, the void that was enveloped by the demonic hand began to crack, one spatial crack after another. Bam! Gu Fei's incarnation clashed with the soaring demon lord's palm. He was unmoving like a mountain, but the soaring demon lord actually took half a step back. This half step nearly drove the soaring demon lord mad. He was a mighty demon lord, an extreme Dao demon lord. To think that he was forced to take half a step back by a human. This was unacceptable to him. Extreme Dao demon massacre domain. The soaring demon lord immediately executed his trump card. Gu Fei's incarnation felt the world spinning. It was as though he had entered another world where everything was pitch black. Swish. A demonic light flashed, and he actually didn't manage to dodge it. That demonic light directly slashed him, sending him flying for more than a dozen miles. However, in this demon domain, it was pitch black all around. Gu Fei's incarnation had no idea how the other party was going to attack him. Interesting. Gu Fei's incarnation laughed. He saw countless light blades slashing at him from all directions. He opened his mouth and sucked, swallowing all the light blades. Not only was he devouring the light blades, but he was also devouring the energy of this demon domain. All the mystiques and trump cards required power to be activated. Without the augmentation of power, no mystiques could be executed. You lunatic. The soaring demon lord was shocked to the extreme at this moment. The other party was actually using this move to break his demon domain. Rumble. The entire demon domain was shaking. Countless spatial cracks appeared, and it looked like it could not hold on any longer. The soaring demon lord could only retract this mystique. Haha, why? Continue. Why did you stop? Gu Fei's incarnation, who had devoured a large amount of essence chi, laughed out loud. The soaring demon lord was infuriated. At the next moment, he actually vanished. What? Gu Fei's incarnation was shocked. What kind of mystique was that? Then, a fist suddenly appeared out of nowhere and smashed into his back, causing him to stagger a few steps forward. His spine was almost broken.